Welcome to episode 6 of the Rig Rundown. Very honoured today to be joined by our special guests, Hunter and George from Teras. Thank you very much for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you. And thanks again to our sponsors, Voodoo, for hosting us in their wonderful venue and letting us play here. I'm actually playing in here on Saturday with Nyland and From Ruins, who were previous guests on the show in my band, Kidos. You guys as well, gigs this week. You're playing on Friday night.
Yes, we're playing Friday, Dublin and Fibbers headlining show, and we're playing at midnight, which I think, I don't know why this is so cool to me, but I get to like live out my Cinderella dream of like just something happening.
We usually
at
don't
midnight.
have bands go on that late here, you see. So,
No, but it's cool, like, so I'm excited. And then we're playing with like 3 other bands that are unreal, but I'm just really glad there's other girls on the stage too. And they're kick-ass girls as well, like in Motion Sickness. Big shout out to those guys.
I think it's Bar Fight, Motion Sickness,
and
I can't remember the other one.
Unbreaker, or how do you say it?
Unmaker.
There we go.
Oh, awesome, cool. Well, yeah, looking forward to that. Everyone in Dublin should be heading to Fibbers. I love Fibbers. I've never had a bad time there.
Yeah, I love the venue itself, like, so I'm really stoked to be playing it.
Yeah, fucking right. Okay, awesome. Well, you guys are here representing Teras. Not here is your drummer. If you want to give him a wee shout out.
Yeah, Count of Monty Sticks.
The Batter King.
The Batter King.
Listen, we love our wee Batter King, like, and he has a wee note as well to give you. We can read it
Okay,
later
well,
if you want.
we're taking questions later. We'll we'll play
Don't
that
jump
back.
too quickly into the good content now.
I won't, don't worry, I'll save it for later.
Brilliant. Okay, cool. Well, we'll start every time we get everyone here. We do a bit of like a deep dive into your sort of personal player backgrounds and histories before then looking at the fun stuff and the equipment. So then, your general background, what inspired each of you to start playing your instruments?
Do you want to go first?
I have to. I think it was like the usual, like cliche thing. Thought it would be cool. Thought people would notice me. I'd be like, "Oh, I'll play guitar," and then realised that was completely wrong.
Just ruined your life.
Just ruined my life. I think that's how I got into it. Just thinking it was cool to play guitar.
No.
Yeah.
Wanted to be a drummer, but then
Really?
yeah,
I didn't even know
wasn't
that.
allowed a drum kit.
Yeah.
Really?
That would have
Is that
pissed your
why?
folks off too much.
Yeah, my dad was like, if you get a drum kit, you're getting kicked out of a slice at like the age of 12. So
That was
I
actually
became a guitar player.
Yeah, that was my first instrument, was the drums, at
Yeah.
the age of 12.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that was cool. So that's honestly why you started playing guitar?
Because you wanted drums and you couldn't get drums.
Yeah. That's no
I was
all
just
the
like, I'll
reason.
play guitar.
I think it might have been me as well. I think I wanted drums. I think everyone wants drums.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah,
100%.
just batter stuff.
I just couldn't play them. Turns out I'm a terrible drummer, like,
Oh, shit.
you know, but
Yeah,
it doesn't stop
gotta
me
be
from hitting
good.
them. You know, every time my drummer leaves our practice space room, I'm like, ooh, I've got to stage, like
Go on
literally,
and ruin its stuff.
and try my best. I started music because of my grandparents, Bertha and Jack. Big shout out to my grandparents.
Awesome.
But it was my great granny bought me Bertha my piano when I was 8, and I've had the same piano since.
Lovely.
And then she also helped me save up. She gave me £1 for everything I did. So I got £1 for every chore I did. I did 300 frickin' chores and saved up £300, bought myself a drum kit. Like, I think it was like around
Nice.
12 or 13. And then eventually got onto guitar for a guy called Brian, who's passed away now. Me and him played for years. I actually started out, you're going to laugh so hard, I started out playing alternative country.
Okay.
Okay, like the Dixie Chicks, Steve Earle, that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Patti Smith.
Yeah. Dixie Chicks, well, I've actually drank with them before.
Yeah.
My uncle was their manager
Yeah,
back in the day.
I spoke to the writer of them, so I did as well.
We've done shots of tequila with them.
That's actually so good. I respect that. Yeah, and Brian, the guy Brian, he sadly passed away. I stopped playing music for ages after that because I was quite young.
Yep.
And then I eventually got back in, played blues and played everything. The only reason I played bass, I just couldn't find a bass player for my one of my previous bands when I was a teenager.
Okay.
I just picked it up and was like, frick it, I'll play it because I can't find one. And
And then did you fall in love with bass and
I
pursue
love
that?
bass, yeah, but my favourite instrument has to be piano, I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
And vocals is my last instrument, actually. Vocals is
Yeah.
my last instrument, but I've always been a lead vocalist in a lot of different bands, and then I've been a piano player, guitar player, bass player for a lot of different bands too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I played a bit of everything, but I started when I was 8. I think bass when I was 15.
Yeah. That's
Why are you
fucking cool.
laughing?
I'm just laughing at a pig getting attacked by a fly there.
Yeah. My little friend.
Yes. No, that's really cool. So
Yeah.
you started out with drums, got into piano.
Piano first, then drums.
Piano first, then
Yeah.
drums, then one on the guitar.
Guitar,
or-
acoustic guitar, and then electric guitar, and
so
then
you sort of worked your way around everything.
yeah, I kind of did, and I've got actually I have a pan and stuff too, and I can play the harp as well because it's the
That's
exact
really
same
cool.
as the piano. It was actually I used to do care work years and years ago, and I took care of a girl, and not say their names just for obvious reasons,
Yeah.
but her family were so good to me, and her mother actually bought me my harp lessons. for
lovely.
helping them through a horrible time, and it was I'll never forget that family. They were very, very good to me, and like inspired me musically as well, very much
So you're an accomplished harpist?
And not accomplished, I wouldn't say accomplished, but I can play Evanescence songs, and I'm proud of
lovely.
that.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of that.
Brilliant.
Like just piano scores on the harp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what
100%.
drew you to bass then when you started playing bass?
I was in a band called Nocturnal Trip. I'll give a shout out to those guys. It was actually a guy called Nathan that was the guitar player. It was him that taught me a lot of guitar stuff. Like taught me Tool, lasers and stuff like that. There was like one of the first riffs I ever learned on the guitar was like Tooly stuff and Macedon and stuff like that. And it was him that actually helped me get into bass. And then I just loved it. And then playing it and singing it and heavy stuff, like really heavy stuff, I was like, I can hit this and I can really hit it and it won't do damage. And I was like, this is up my street.
Yes,
So,
there's something more about bass than guitar. Where it's
I can
far
feel
more
it too.
rhythmic.
It hits me here or something. So
So that's why you took it as a main
100%.
instrument then?
Yeah, a lot of people know it's no secret I have ADHD as well. I can see if somebody with ADHD something you can hit and really, really, really feel it all at the same time, something sensory. And that's a good thing about music as well. It's like it's the only time your head's still because you can't think about anything else other than the next note. Does that make sense? Only the next note.
Nothing makes you pay more attention like being up on stage. And being like, right, go.
Actually, that's where I pay least attention to my music. I think it just comes naturally on stage. If I won't get on stage unless my muscle memory is completely intact.
Yeah.
You
So you
know,
just,
when I'm on stage, it's
concentrate more on performing.
I don't think about performing. That's one thing I don't.
What is it you're thinking about then?
I'm not. I'm just feeling the energy. I'm like,
Nothing.
it's not that I'm not
Absolutely
thinking about nothing. It's like more like a feeling, and I'm in a trance. It's almost like it's where my hunter side comes out. My personality hunter comes out because I have two personalities, almost like off stage person and on stage person. And off stage, I'm really anxious and like, oh my god, don't hit me. I'm like, I'm just little me. But on stage, I'm like, I'm like, nobody can touch me. This is my stage kind of thing. So
Brilliant.
it's cool. It kind of brings out
Come out
something.
of your shell, really.
Yeah, it just completely. Somewhere I can be completely free to be ADHD. I'm told to shut up, slow down, calm down so much of my life. On stage, you're never told to shut up. You're never told to play quieter or slow down or anything. You know?
Unless you're me.
Yeah.
Remember George? Yeah, no, but it's brilliant. Yeah, when you're up there, you're your own person. You get the fucking everything. It's
And nobody
cool.
can tell you what to do. That's
You're
kind of thing.
commanding the room, you know.
Yeah.
They're dancing to your beat. They're stepping to what you're saying.
100%. I'm just realising it's not very close to my face either.
Oh no, I'm hearing you good.
Okay, good.
Yep,
But yeah, no, I love music. I love playing it. That's my favourite thing to do is play live.
it's the absolute best thing. Yeah,
100%.
yeah. And what about you, George? What about like?
I can't remember the question. It was that long.
Well, no,
We're still in the one
we've drifted
question.
now.
I've
We're just
drifted.
talking about now. You know, what do you concentrate on when you're on stage? More about performing, more about your technique, or do you just get it down to muscle memory? Just concentrate on headbanging and that.
Yeah, I think it's more the sort of performance side of it. I think once you're sort of at the point where everybody makes mistakes on stage. Like, you know, it's a part of like a live show, I think.
I take her leads out, never hang with my hands by mistake.
Yeah, she knocked my wireless out one time. Like,
Shit, you
I
should
was just-
tape it in. Those wee bugs. I'm so nervous in the
It's
moment.
on video, actually.
that's good. Yeah, it's good. My
Sandra.
new guitar, it's like a hidden one around the back, so like you can't do that anymore. But
Handy.
I think it's more about the performance of it. It's like because anybody can go. I think you can go and watch a band. They can stand there and play. But I think it's that step different is like if you're running about, just getting in with
giving
it. You know, I
that
think that's
energetic performance. That is something that comes across when you watch your guys. Very energetic performance. There's nothing, you know, you're never sitting still. Everyone's exciting, moving around. It's brilliant.
I normally need to be stretchered home after all.
Yeah.
Recover
That's
for
a
like
huge
4
factor.
days.
To a lot of fans watching
100%.
bands, the energetic.
As well, I will say a point for you, George. Your interaction with the crowd is brilliant. I love it
Is this
whenever
the
you-
finger?
Yeah.
It's the like literally George does this and it's like I call it the magic finger. He goes like this. He goes in front of the stage and goes, and everybody just circles. It's like little magic, you know.
Dude, yeah. I remember back
It's
in
cool.
Delusional as well. Remember back at Hard Rock.
You did that
Alley.
then too.
Yeah,
You're always commanding the crowd.
Yeah,
I remember
it's
that.
Cool.
I jumped on the barrier and then looked around and was like, oh, this is actually a bigger gap than I thought it was going to be. And then it was like,
Couldn't get back up.
speaking of concentrating on what I was playing there, all I could think about there was how am I going to get back to the stage without bending it down this big like gap. Like it wasn't like massive, but it was big enough to be like, I need to stretch to get away.
Yeah, you want to
Do
maybe
splits over.
take a jump during the sound check, make sure the distance is
Did you get
manageable.
back?
Yeah.
Eventually, yeah.
How
Get
did you jump
security to
off?
pull you up or something.
No, I think it was a big like stretch to get back up. But I had the wire at the time because remember like me and Chris had the same wireless, so
fuck.
I had to use the
Bit
wire.
conflicted.
So it was like it's like trying to wrap it around my head or something, like get back on the stage. But no, we got there and
Good.
we survived.
On the way back.
Well, that's awesome. Well, it's cool to hear about your own personal histories and what got you into it.
100%.
Other than that, was there ever any formal training? I know you talked about going then to harp lessons. What about
Yeah.
for guitar or piano? Any more?
Um,
Did you do grades or go to music college or anything like that?
Did you?
You're looking at me. Well, I think when I started reasonably late. I think. What did I say? Like 12 or 13 or something like third. Whatever age we're in, about third year.
That's
I
not
was just
late,
like,
that's early.
oh,
I think that's actually a good
young,
time to start.
young person. I think I started there. Got lessons for like six or 9 months or something. But it was like, you know, like the group lessons you get. So like,
Yeah,
you
like
were
guitar
always-
club, like a club.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
always like you were sort of held back, like the worst person in the class. Back then, it was me, probably.
We'll never run us off.
So I had that, and then I think I just was like, we're learning like songs like "Hey Jack." Have you ever heard of that song? Exactly.
No.
You mean Hey Jude?
no, "Hey Jack"?
Not Hey Mr. Jack.
No, it was like it's like, do you know one of them like weird grade 1 songs where it's just like 4 chords, and
nursery
then-
rhyme?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it has like a wee
No.
run in it or something. So
No
we're
idea.
learning that, and I think it was just I was like,
Did
I-
it pretty much go like Three Blind Mice? but with
Yeah,
different
pretty
words?
much, pretty
Yeah.
much. So I think after that, I was like, I don't really want to do this. I'd rather. I think I put guitar down for a wee while after that. I was like, I don't
Really?
really want to play this, yeah. And then I think I bought a new guitar. I was like, I want to try and get back into this, and then started teaching myself and went from there. I did go back to lessons for a wee while because I just didn't feel confident. I was like, I'm not good
Yeah.
at this anymore.
Did you go to like one-to-one lessons then? with a
1-to-one lessons.
Private tutor?
A guy called Dave Martin. Shout out
Shout out to
wherever
Dave.
he is. Shout out to Dave. Good guy.
Wasn't that when you were going to join Delusional, you went and took it upon yourself to go and buckle down, like get
Yeah,
yourself a wee
just
Mr.
wanted to-
Miyagi and fucking
I think it was
get a
more.
sensei?
It wasn't. It was more the
Young
sort of
Padawan.
confidence side of it. I think I'd lost a lot of confidence in that time, and I just needed somebody to be like.
That's a
"Wh-
good
why are you
idea,
here?"
though.
Yeah,
I remember.
well,
I remember
that's
the.
good, like-
I remember
Yeah.
the first lesson I went to. He's like, "Oh, we'll see where you're at," and he got the grade 3 book, and he's like, "Play that," and then I think we just worked our way up to the grade 8 book, and he's like, "Oh, no,
Brilliant.
just do grade 8." And I was
So
like, yeah.
did you
that's
know yourself any weaknesses you identified you wanted to work on, or you just let the instructor sort of see?
I
where you
sort of
were
let
at?
him. I just sort of let him be and said like, "This is sort of what I play," and you know, just let him do it. So it was a lot of like work with like scales and stuff like that.
And
'cause-
how'd you find that helped you improve?
Oh, a wee bit, yeah. I'm sort of more confident now. Like you know me. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people know me. I'm not a solo guitar player. I don't like solos. I've never learned how to do solos. It's just not me.
You don't need
Good
them.
job dropping that on the floor there. So I just never really learned it. So it was like learning sort of like the basics of how to like put a solo together. Whereas now
Yeah.
I'm sort of a bit more confident in doing a solo if I had to do it. Like I'm not as like, oh, solo.
Yeah.
But we're all breakdowns
I
anyway.
remember
Yeah.
back in Delusional, you did a fair bit of the dual lead bits. I suppose, like, when you
Yeah.
had someone else to do it off, did you find that helped you?
I feel like I'm a very visual sort of learner, so like
Mm-hmm.
if I could like watch somebody, so you know the time Will came up and he was showing me the stuff, you know that
Oh, yeah.
that really helped. But yeah, I think it's like being able to see it because I'm people that can learn by ear, and I envy them people who can learn by ear because I cannot do it for the life of me.
That's
So
great, yeah.
I need to like see somebody do it. I'm like, send me a video, do it.
I'll say this to you though, like he showed up to our first practice with us, knew all the songs perfectly. Like, and
Brilliant.
we didn't send you anything to learn
the
it,
panic you
bro.
had when I was playing Dystopia, and
You
thought it was
know.
stupid.
I know,
Yeah.
I know.
So you just do it all at home by ear? Did you? figure
Yeah,
it
he
out?
showed up to our practice. We played along to the songs. Everything was perfect. I was buzzing. I was buzzing. I was like,
Me saying, oh,
yeah.
I can't learn things by
Did you
ear,"
just
and
like
it's
sort of
yeah.
jam along, or take it section by section, write any bits out?
I think
What was your learning process then for taking on the Teras songs?
I can't even remember. I think it was like
Because you knew a good few of them, like, and you were playing them all
I think
perfectly.
there was a couple of like live videos, and it was just sort of like,
Is that how you did it?
yeah, I
Smart.
was watching like the old guitar player I was replacing.
I'm learning today too.
Darren. I was like watching like what he was playing and just sort of going off what he was doing,
Yeah.
figuring out the shapes and stuff, and then going from there really, and then yeah,
Awesome.
the rest is history.
Mm-hmm.
So how did that go, that first jam, man? How did that come about? How did you get George into the band?
I think I messaged you, didn't I? Or did you message me? I can't remember. It was actually AJ
was
messaged
AJ,
About a
me.
year ago, nearly, wasn't it?
Yeah, to say that he would be
I
really
thought
suited
this
for
time,
us. And I'm really glad he did because it was actually the perfect fit. Like
Aye,
the
it was.
perfect fit, you know. Like we are
Yeah.
completely like revamped now. Like I'm the only original member left, but now there's 3 of us, and we've actually got a heavier sound now
There's something
than we did
about that.
before.
Yeah,
you
like
know.
getting such a big sound from a 3-piece is almost
Yeah.
more impressive than there being 5 or 6 of you.
And I've got that in piano now, which is I'm buzzing because I've been dying. I've added piano to one other song which we never got down to recording. It was I can't remember what it was even called.
Kill your idol.
Kill Your Idol, yes, Kill Your Idol. Got to do like a piano solo at the end of it, which is cool.
Wow,
Once, but that was it. So I'm really buzzing to finally rip Bertha out and use my
So
main
you're going to be
instrument.
bringing her out live.
I'm going to be bringing her
often.
out live more often. I can't wait. Yeah, she's my.
Would you
my-
ever think about expanding on the team to get someone in to maybe to cover the bass so you could play the?
I'm think I have thought about that before, and I've mentioned it. I've thought about maybe bringing another member in, so I have just a bigger sound, and also so I can focus more on vocals and doing piano.
Yeah.
I've thought about it, but I can't just give up the bass yet. I haven't been able to let it go just yet.
There's also a thing as well, like, you know, right now it's only the threes. If you involve another person, it's another fucking.
It's another ego to
it's
feed.
Another, It's another person to be like, right, does this date work for you? You
Yeah.
know, all this bullshit. And
It's not even that. You see, at the minute, we're the three of us are so like our intentions are so perfectly aligned. Our hunger for this is perfectly aligned. Like what we want out of it, we all want the same thing, and we're all working towards the same thing. And instead of just one person doing all the work, we've delegated the tasks, and now all three of us are doing different things. And like we work so freaking well together.
that's fantastic.
So well together,
Yeah.
you know. It's really refreshing, and I don't know, like makes you just more at ease and makes you more excited to do the things, I suppose, as well.
It is very important that when you get together as a band that you all set out your goals, expectations, what's expected from everyone, what
Like
you're going
we've-
to contribute, and
We've a few-year plan ahead of us. Like we've
That's
actually
brilliant.
sat down and figured out what we want out of this year, the following year.
Then as
next
well,
year.
you avoid issues in future, whereas like you're annoyed at someone because they're not pulling their weight, because everyone knows what they're expected to do,
Exactly.
and it can almost
good
feel like
point,
sometimes
actually.
a lot of bands are sort of just a one-man project. with-
100%, a
with
solo
four
man
other
project.
dudes that are like you're
Yeah, literally though.
like they want to do it almost, but. When you have the three of you and you're
Yeah.
delegating the task between you, you
Yeah.
find you probably get a lot more done a lot quicker.
100%. Now, I will say this in fairness. The previous Teras members, there's two of them that didn't really do not much. They showed up, and that was
Yeah.
it. But the other guitar player...
But if that's the agreement from the beginning,
Yeah, but the other guitar player, me and him we did work really well together, you know what I mean? Like, and he did a lot. Like, he was really good at keeping everybody in line, but it was mostly him doing all the work. Do you know what I mean? So I think the stress can get to people sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's why this time around I'm making sure that everybody is doing their own bits.
That's
He's
really cool.
brilliant at talking and managing stuff and doing all like the admin-y stuff, whereas I forget stuff so easily, like
I
very
think
easily.
we all sort of have our like roles. Obviously, I do
Yeah.
the sort of like managing,
Yeah.
booking stuff. You know,
I do the
talking to
promo
people. You do the
Yep.
sort of promo
and
creative
socials.
stuff,
Uh-huh.
and then
and-
good at like the mixing side of it. You know,
yeah,
And
a lot of the
he's
back
good at-
end technicals.
No,
Yeah.
not just the back end. Bodie helped write the vocals and the melody lines.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I go to
He
him
sings
for the
as well,
melody
yeah.
lines.
Yeah,
See
I know
their
that.
new
In
songs.
Kudos, we have that as well. The
Yeah.
lyrics come from everybody, and the
Yeah.
different things come from, and it feels really good when you've
100%.
got that mix of contributions as well.
I love writing lyrics, so like I love it when they bring the lyrics too. But I love getting to have a song that like I don't write anything that doesn't mean anything to me. So
Yeah.
everything in this, but that's one thing I love about this band is everything that we write or sing about or talk about genuinely means something really
Yeah.
deeply to me. And as well as
Do you
the
have a
guys.
general sort of theme for all the songs, or is every song a different story?
Two songs are similar themed, similar like ideas, like similar ideas that I want to push out and want the world to wake up to. Like
Yeah.
if
What
you want to know what I mean.
songs
So is there an agenda?
Sovereign and dystopia. Obviously.
Have you any sort of targeted agenda, a specific thing you want people to be taken away from it? Or is it more
I want them.
submersive?
No, I want people to. It's open to your own interpretation too. So the words are written kind of. I love writing in riddles. I write poetry. I wrote a book in my lifetime. I swear to God. And I read a lot, and I've just a wild imagination. But for lyrics, to me, it's like poetry, and I kind of write in quatrains.
Yeah.
So it can like be a 4-line thing, but means so many different things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like writing like he's really good at writing too, and as his body, as I said, the Batter King.
That's great.
He's a genius. Like it's annoying. He's too smart for his own good.
It's too bad he's not here. We'll have to do another drum one day.
If he is here, you'd know about it. Yes, do a drum one. And what you were saying earlier about, by the way, about lessons and stuff, I didn't actually go to any lessons at all. Only I did harp lessons. I did a couple of piano lessons when I was really, really young, like when I was 8, that my granny paid for. My mum took me to, but I had more interest in the cats at the woman's window than I did playing the
Okay,
piano.
yeah.
I don't like being told what to do, and every song she taught me, I was like, but it would sound nicer if these notes were in it, and if you played it quicker, if you did it this way. So my whole
There's a
life.
car.
Exactly. So my whole life has been I've never liked learning other people's songs.
Yeah.
I've never been a cover artist apart from like playing like I did play in a blues band. So it was all cover and I hated it. So I made that band as well. Write their own stuff, sort of originals.
Brilliant.
But I like to write my own music. So piano, I have no grades, no nothing. I do have a diploma in music,
Yeah.
so I do, but it's nothing to do with what I'm playing. You know,
Well, it's
so
all
I
relative,
actually don't have a
you know.
clue what I'm playing. I couldn't tell you what notes I'm playing on the bass. Do you know that? I just know what sounds, what's going to make before I hit it. Same with piano.
Just use like the number system of the frets.
No,
to
I don't even use that. I just know the sound
go by
before I hit
feel.
it. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
if you hit part of the bass, I
Purely
know
on
what it's
instinct.
going to sound. Yeah, just
Excellent.
learned it that way. Same with piano. I learn in boxes. This is the way I can explain it. Everything on the bass and guitar and piano, there's always boxes of things that work together and things that don't. And I'll just
Yeah.
remember different box techniques. I don't know if that makes any sense or if it's musically...
It's great that you found a way to interpret it in a way that works for you.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
you've been able to take it to piano, to guitar, to
Yeah,
bass.
like
to
I can't read
vocals.
music.
No,
No,
not
I
a
can
lot
read
of people
tabs,
do.
but it would take me a while.
Yeah,
But
I
I
sit and
can-
count the number out, and
I can play by ear though. Like I learn a lot of
Yeah.
piano and stuff by ear.
like my little girl can do that.
Yeah.
She
Yeah?
is.
What does she play?
Piano. and
Class.
She's non-verbal autistic. Can't even speak, but can
brilliant.
hear something and can play it on the piano just from ear.
Fucking brilliant.
No instruction. Just some people just have the gift.
No, it's not even that. That's like the best thing you can do for your little girl is
Yeah.
give her the piano. That's the best gift you have given
She's
her.
Been given lots of pianos.
My piano is my punching bag, my therapist, and my journal all in one. You know what I
Brilliant.
mean? So I would be lost without my piano. I really would. It's it literally it's everything to me. I love my piano. I
Yeah.
feel sorry for people who don't have that outlet.
Oh yeah.
You know, like a creative outlet. Everybody should have
Should
some type
always
of
be
creative.
a piano in the house.
100%. People give them away now for free in
Get
marketplace.
a piano. I really want.
Yeah, you should get a piano. Get a piano.
Get on. Just get an electric one even.
Like I guess it's like
Yeah.
an
You
intervention.
can get
here
rollout
for me.
ones to connect to your iPhone and all.
Do you know every time I'm at your house I'm just going to be sitting with Maisie
piano.
and the piano,
Got a piano.
the cat.
Awesome, cool. So you talked there about your personal history, your any formal training you had. What was like the first song or riff you learned to play? You know, of heavy music or rock that you really liked, that you really tried to do.
Do you want to go
I
first?
remember the first riff I learned to play.
Oh, I remember too.
Stay
Go on.
Together for the Kids.
Yeah?
Blink-182.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
loved
Standard.
that. So see, I grew up like my mum and dad. They listened to a lot of pop punk. So I remember like even
Yeah.
when I was really young, like maybe like 5, 6, 7. You know, they were sitting having a drink, and I was sitting with them just listening to like Crying and Scuzz. You know, flicking between the two,
Yeah.
and like
That's everybody's childhood, isn't it? Those two
Crying
channels.
Scuzz, hell yeah.
Yeah,
How I got into it. There.
yeah, 100%. I think it was Tool. So it was. I like learnt different Tool songs, and then my uncle when I was
First
a wee
song you
girl.
learnt was Tool.
Yeah, one of the first
You
songs
alright?
guitar. I had an uncle who, you know, those people who are like close family friends and not actually family friends. One of my
Yeah.
mum's best mates. He was a drummer in like a heavy metal band called 99 Knives way back in the day. Right?
That's
like way
that's
back in the
my
day.
band.
What?
99 Knives.
I swear to God, he used to be a drummer of that band.
Yeah, it's my band.
Right, he's called Jamie.
Yes.
Big guy, big guy.
Yes.
Do you know
Jamie.
him?
Yes.
So he was like an uncle of mine. He
Yeah.
who's pushed me into good music, right? Because he got me an MP3 player when I was a wee
Small
girl,
world.
and first drumsticks before
Yeah.
I got a drum kit and all, and like tried
That's
to get me
funny.
into heavy music. But he pushed me into that actually, and that's so
I
weird.
still have a 99 Knives tattoo.
Yeah,
over
that's so
there.
weird. That's so cool that I can
it
actually
out,
speak to
get
somebody
it
who
out.
knows that, and you're not. But that's so cool,
Yeah,
dude.
no,
I didn't know that.
yeah,
That's so
that's
cool.
cool. Yeah.
That's such a small world. That's blown
Yeah.
my mind
That
there a
was
wee
my band
bit.
like fucking 20 years ago.
That's
yeah.
mental. Well, here, my uncle played in that. That's
That's cool.
that's mental. That's just blown my mind at how small this world is.
wow.
But yeah, so he got me into that, and then like just learned different songs, and I loved Tool when I was a wee girl. Frick, I loved them so much. Like, how can you not? Not even wee, but as a teenager and stuff too. And then, as I said, that guy Nathan from Nocturnal Trip taught me a lot of different things, the guitar, and it's all cool stuff. Even Mass Dunny stuff.
That's
But,
class.
Yeah.
So getting into
Like
Tool
proper
and Massimo
heavy.
stuff, that's what you were beginning on? Is that-
Before that, I would say it was probably like my auntie way back in the day. My mum's. I'm a twin, and my mum's a twin as well.
Oh, cool.
My mum is like not into metal at all, but my mum's twin sister is like such a
Yeah.
metalhead, and she got me into like Shadows Fall and like Evanescence was one of them, yes, and like I've always loved
Brilliant.
Paramore, but what do you call the band? It used to be my alarm every morning. Now I'm having a mind blank.
Oh, let me just answer that for you.
Well, your woman singer that used to be, she was blonde woman singer, and her and the red-haired guy were married, and that's another blue-haired singer. Arch Enemy. How did I
Oh,
forget
Arch
that
Enemy,
name?
yeah.
That was my ringtone. So
Arch
they were
Enemy are
kind
awesome.
of like my intro into heavy music.
And that's what like your family got you into?
Then my auntie and all
Did you
like.
seek any influences out yourself? Did you have any major influences that you found, all by yourself?
Yeah, but not in the metal scene. I've actually other influences elsewhere.
Yeah, oh yeah, no,
So like
that's all
my
relative
biggest influence, like performatively, Cyndi Lauper.
too. Seen Lauper? Awesome.
So I seen Cyndi Lauper. I loved the Goonies when I was wee, and I watched it and heard that song Good Enough.
Yeah.
And I seen her, and I was like, oh my God, this woman is so cool. She's wearing like this tutu. She has crazy coloured hair. She looks like a hippie. She's like doing whatever she wants, and everyone was saying that she was weird and wonderful. And I was like, I want to be weird and wonderful. I love this. And I just seen somebody who wasn't afraid to express themselves, who was a beautiful performer, and she just like literally inspired me to be everything and follow music as well. And Fleetwood Mac. It's
Yeah,
the
actually,
next.
now you're saying that, I can see the influence
Yeah.
coming through. Yeah.
Cyndi Lauper is my first ever love. Like I still have her vinyls, and I used to do my sister's head in every morning, putting on the True Colours vinyl, and, like singing along, getting ready.
That's
And,
so cool.
yeah, and it was them and Fleetwood Mac and Jefferson's Airplane, and you know, like Anna Slick from Jefferson's Airplane. I loved her
Yeah.
voice as well. And there's a girl called Her, Her. Her voice is everything to me. Everything to me. It's like soul, R&B, I don't know what, but she's a fantastic player. She's a female singer. She plays bass, like you've never seen, guitar and piano all in one, and she just runs about stage doing all this with her band, and she's got backup singers, and they're so cool. So yeah, but it's
That's really
completely
cool.
different to Mel.
No, you're awesome. So, yeah, it's cool to have those non-metal influence as well, because
100%.
you know, you can hear in your music there is a lot of things in it that aren't typically metal. Like
Yeah.
your latest single, Sovereign, the intro, the start of it, very
Yeah,
atmospheric,
that's
like
him, that's all
orchestral.
him.
Is it all?
That's all him,
yours? Yeah.
and we'll have to give a shout out to our producer Josh as well,
Of
JSR
course,
Audio.
yeah, JSR. I think he's done everybody I've had on here
Yeah.
so far. So
Listen,
big
he
shout out Josh. Yeah, Team Josh.
he put on the strings. He had like I think Bodie had the idea.
Did you play them in yourself, or did you just play it on guitar and get him to put it in?
Josh played it. He put it in the computer, like,
Yeah.
and on the MIDI as well. I think the two of us worked
Programmed it
together.
I think we had like I had like the riff, like the do, like I had that
Yeah.
bit done, and then Josh
The
was just like,
doo-doo-doo.
here
Was
we
that
see.
just on clean guitar then?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Josh was like, here we see this, and then I was like, whoa, it was like magic.
Yeah.
But he wrote that
Right on the
intro,
ball.
like, right.
That's really cool.
I think that originally guys were actually looking not to use that intro because they were saying it was too long, and I was like, no, it's
I
class.
think the plan with it at first was we were gonna start Sovereign just from like the heavy bit where it comes in,
But I love a good
and
intro.
Yeah.
we're gonna keep the intro. So we're gonna keep the intro, but have it like separate. So then like live, we could
Alright.
like play it
Play it as a track.
as
Yeah.
a track. So like to give
It's
us
really
a break.
cool. And then the reprise of the orchestral part again in the song.
Yeah,
It's
in
like
the
so
middle
epic
eighth.
when it
Yeah,
comes in,
when it
yeah.
comes in, yeah, it just.
Brilliant.
And then you see them vocals at the end. I can't wait to release this. Like we're talking about it.
When's it going to be out?
It's at the end of this month.
24th.
24th.
24th of January.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
and it's-
pre-save link is out now though,
Yeah,
so save
that
it.
shit.
Please.
But yeah, please. But and it's also going to be used. We have a friend, Matty. Shout out to be Matty. He's doing sumo wrestling. So
Sumo wrestling?
Yeah,
What, in
yeah.
Belfast?
I
Is
I
it-
got
I
this.
think he's going over to England somewhere.
I got the
okay.
weirdest message from him. Like I remember it coming through, and he's like, "Hey man, I've became a sumo wrestler," but he sort of said it like it just like he didn't mean it to happen. It's just like he'd been like kidnapped or something, and like you're a sumo wrestler now. But
pure
no.
by accident, like.
Yeah, I think he's
He's doing
using
well.
it as his
Yeah.
he's using it as his walkout. We send him it early just so he can
Use it.
so-
But we've played the song live, so people have heard the song, and people who know us will have heard it. And at the very end, it was actually this is the reason why we decided to we were going to record another song called Void, which we've been playing live quite often too. But people's reaction to Sovereign
Yeah.
at live shows is what made us be like, no, we need to
Yeah.
record this song because
be
it's what
Sovereign.
got the most reaction.
It's an amazing song. Like it was
know
a good
the
choice
end?
for a single.
100%, I think
Yeah.
so too. Well done.
Thanks. Yeah, because we're going to do Void. As I will, if we're doing playthroughs and stuff here, we'll do a wee playthrough of
Yeah,
Void.
it shows
Yeah.
it.
It's a bit more atmospheric, but it's sort of like the sort of same sort of blend where it's like it'll be like atmospheric and like soft, and then it'll be really heavy. I think
Yeah.
it just ends really heavy.
Yeah.
I'm just a stickler for ending songs really heavy.
That's
100%. But the end of Sovereign, it hits hard, and it's when I say boy for your king, I don't mean that I'm the king and boy for me. I mean everybody makes their own king and like
Yes,
stop
that's
being led by
what I
false
wanted to ask you about.
sovereigns.
The lyrics, they're very interesting. At the start, you say the bow for your
Now
queen.
back for your queen.
It sounds like it's very like a
'Cause that's
an
me taking the
aggressive
power back.
declaration of war. You know,
Yeah.
you're very fucking
Yep.
yeah. Fuck.
Society.
So what is the overall theme of the lyrics? What are they about?
Basically shattering illusion of what everybody thinks is real and taking the smoke screen away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also the illusion of stuff that we've went through personally as a band. So the chorus is more like about what we have went through personally as a band and our growth to get here. And like the lyrics are like, I let go of perfection's grip. I no longer flatter. Like I'm going to stop letting everything have to be perfect, and I'm just going to make stuff no matter what. Kind of thing. But the whole thing of sovereign, it's like people are being led by false leaders, and with the state of the world and the way the world is now, I hit on it with dystopia as well, like to set down the gun because the power is in the gun. I know it comes from the bullets, yes, I know, but it's from the gun because you have to pick up the gun in the first place. And I hate the whole. I know war is like, I know it is. We have to have it, but I hate it. I hate the whole concept of it. I hate the whole thing, and I just think that there's a lot of fake leaders out there at the minute, and I would like the people that have the power to take the power back. So when I say bow for your king, I'm saying bow for yourself. Take the power off these fake leaders
really
that are
cool.
serving you. They're not serving you. Serve yourself and be your own leader.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, fair play. That's
So-
cool. I love it when the song is, when there's a nice meaning like that you can agree with, that you can get behind, that really does
100%.
something you can be passionate about.
That's why I say in the middle of it, it's like if I told you, I whisper it very quietly in the background. If I told you I could sell you all your choices, would you ignore the warning voices? Well, you've been sold. Here's the bill. One order fits all. The illusion of free will. If you will, you've got to kill or be killed. But so that's basically touching on that whole subject, and it speaks for itself.
The lyrics are brilliant. And how did you, when you were, there's a lot of different vocal styles on there. You've got your singing, you've got your screaming, and then you're kind of doing like fast rapping, like almost like a Corey Taylor style, where you're kind of, you're going on into more like a speaking tone because you're getting out of breath because you're getting these words
angry.
out. What was this sort of, the reasoning behind each section then?
There's parts of it that, like Dystopia, my sisters always tell me to keep up my accent, not to sing an American accent, even though I don't, just sing in my accent. But that pisses them off, so I do it sometimes
Real
just to
real
piss them
singing has
off.
no accent.
So exactly, but not even that. I do, and I wanted to put more of Belfast into it, just because that's where we're from. So I wanted to add that into it a wee bit.
And sometimes it sounds pretentious and put on, but if it's our own identity, we should be
Exactly. That's why I kind of just wanted to throw that in there a wee bit more, and also I just wanted to feel exactly how I wanted it to portray my feeling. Does that make sense? So it's like my character comes alive. See, when I'm singing a song, it's not just, I'm singing as me. I'm singing in character of that song. So every single song has a character and an emotion behind
it's like
it.
a little musical performance.
I am a theatre kid. Okay, I'm a performing arts kid,
that's
theatre
fucking
kid.
brilliant.
I
That
did a
is
lot
so
of theatre
cool.
when I was younger. Yeah, literally, and pantomimes and stuff too. Like me and my sister.
So we're not
go.
just watching the songs; we're watching a performance.
Yeah, because it's like literally a character that I get into. So like even for Rain, I'm a completely different character on stage for that song than another stage, because in the middle of it there's a wee bit of Latin, and it's like spell work that I'm doing to raise everybody's vibrations. So it is, and I'll always ask everybody at the end of the night, I hope you feel raised and your vibrations feel raised. And that's what the whole rune. You see that wee rune I've tattooed my face.
Yes.
I used to get that drawn on by my makeup artist. Shout out to Sharon Rose Makeup, by the way.
That's right. You guys always have a very impressive live
So
makeup
I didn't go full Teras today. I just have this wee thing, and I got that tattooed so that I don't have to
Saves
draw it
you having
on.
to do it,
Yeah, but it's actually just to raise your vibration. So it is. It's to
very
raise your
good.
vibration and your energy. So it is.
All
And
about
it's also
positivity and everything.
100%. And like I just want to go. We have a Viking like kind of style, but I want to lean more into like the Coveney witchy kind of style, because that's my background. Do you know what I mean?
With that
It's
kind
witchy,
of
witchy.
that's really cool. With the way you have the sort of the musical performances and the way you say you're performing the song, would you ever go one further and have maybe some extra characters on stage, not necessarily players, but
Like
something acting
like something
out?
like Happy Mondays and Bears, like running around with gravy or
No,
something.
like actors acting out,
I
full
would love
musical.
that.
Yeah.
I would also. We had
Are
said
you looking at
before.
job here, Peter?
Yeah.
No,
Go on.
not really. Someone who's
He-
able to move around.
He had said before as well, it would be cool to like add in like a story. Like I would love like a story based kind of thing, like in behind like an AI voice or
I think,
something, or like
cool.
something
Very-
cool,
Yeah.
telling a
Listen
story.
A lot of Sleep Token, Bad
Yeah.
Omens sort of stuff, and their songs sort of all like there's like a story behind them all.
That's
and
so
think
cool.
I love a good
Bad
story.
Omens do a lot of that, sort of like there's an AI will
Yeah.
explain stuff. I think it only does it for like a
I love
villain.
when a
but I'd
band
love
takes you on a
something-
story, like takes on a journey.
Yeah, it's just to give me a break
know?
as well.
So
Yeah.
My hand falls
all your
off.
songs then have these concepts, and are they related to each other? You said there was a couple of them related to each other.
I've tried to do this thing. Only some people will notice it. I've tried to add at least a word, if not an entire line, of each song from the previous song into the next song.
Oh, very good.
So all of our
Yeah.
songs so far, I've managed to do it. Apart from some of our old ones that
That's
weren't my
cool.
lyrics.
And is that the trend you want to keep going?
I want
then?
to try keep that trend. I want to try put a wee influence from each song into the other one. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they mean the same things. It just is that I want to have a wee...
It's nice continuity, though.
It's just a wee
something for
Easter
the-
egg.
to
It's a wee
reward
Easter
the
egg.
listener.
So it is
Yeah.
like a wee Easter egg that you find. And if you know the music, you'll find it and you'll notice it straight away. Like some people who knew my old song Utopia, which we're going to redo a new one, hopefully called... Can I say the name of the new one? Is
Yeah,
that
'cause I
okay?
can't remember the name of it.
Yeah,
Exclusive
Utopia.
reveal?
Utopia's Echo. Okay, so
Utopia's
it's an
Echo.
echo of what Utopia was, and we're going to complete. I'm not going to use the same song with the same lyrics, just a completely new song
It's like a
around
sequel or a reboot or a
that.
requel.
It's just an echo of the old Utopia thing, of the idea of Utopia. So it is, because Utopia was my comeback song.
We're thinking if Dublin behave themselves and
I'm sure.
Yeah.
are quite
On
good,
Friday.
we might we might play it.
Maybe
Yeah.
a new song on Friday.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It
Oh,
might
shit.
be a bit more bigger than Sovereign, actually. It might sound
Wow.
even bigger again.
Yeah, I think it's
That's
a,
one to look forward to.
It's a
Yeah.
completely different sort of sound.
Completely.
It'll not like Sovereign's obviously like it's got like the slow bits, then it's got the fast bits, but I think it's more ballady.
Yeah, it's ballady,
that
and
one,
I don't scream in it.
No?
No, Sooner I shout a lot
This is
and
the
scream.
first
And
song is just all mellow
yeah,
singing.
it was actually our drummer's idea. So my drummer heard me sing. I've done a lot of different things, like a lot of different bands, a lot of different styles. And I put up a cover one day, just messing about. My drummer was like, "Right, that's it. We need to get you actually singing like this on a song, you know, because nobody ever hears it." And I'm a wee bit against it because like I don't like my singing voice. Believe it or not, I don't. I've been told by a lot of people throughout my life that I cannot sing and that my voice sounds strained. It sounds
Did that
awful.
mess up with your confidence then?
It messed up my confidence for singing big style, man. I actually almost quit. If it wasn't for my old guitar player, I do need to give him a shout out like for this, Stephen. If it wasn't for him, I would have quit music altogether and quit singing. Do you know what I mean? Because it was actually like family members pushed me down so far, and I wrote Utopia.
Yeah.
And Utopia was basically my comeback. Like, I'm not a puppet on a string. I will do this regardless. I was told not to release Dystopia because it sounded awful, wouldn't get any views. I released it anyway and said, right, you know what it is? I'm going to release it in spite of you. And it went massive, like, you know,
And
compared
you
to
guys
Rain.
did very well off the back of it.
100%, 100%. So, like, I want to say to people out there that are listening to this, see if people tell you, can I swear on this?
Yeah.
If people tell you you're shite, and and I've been trying not to, and people tell you that you can't do something, and you really, really love it, and you really think that you can do it anyway. You know, find a way to work around it. I found a way to learn how to vocal fry and how to perfect screaming, and like my screams are completely different now to when I first started.
Brilliant.
And I'm just like literally like went and looked up vocal lessons from a wee woman that teaches all the greats. You know, wee curly haired one.
Was that Melissa Cross?
Yes, your woman,
Oh,
yeah.
That's what I was about to ask.
She is
Is that who you use?
fantastic.
Yeah, that's who I use as well.
Yeah, her
Brilliant.
freaking stuff is brilliant.
Do you have
know?
all the warm-up exercises?
Yeah, literally, she's
Nice.
brilliant, so
Oh,
she
don't
is.
mention the
You're
warm-up
doing like
exercises.
Z's and G's and you're singing scales.
Mine's the
and different
meow
sounds.
one, so it is,
Them
you know.
boys hated it.
Last time
so I
Pete
always
did.
insisted on
Last time
Yeah, no good.
Pete did these
Your vocals are
warm-up
cool, dude, like.
vocals. He managed to burst a car's tire.
Oh, was that?
That's it. Like
the way
that's a
down to
victory.
TXBX.
You were doing
With
stuff.
doing
I think
vocal
that might have been.
warm-ups.
No, I think it was Johnny's driving.
Okay, I was about to say, wait,
Just
what?
so
Hang
happened
on,
to be
like
doing a vocal warm-ups.
I was about to say that would be a victory. I'd be so pleased with that.
Yeah,
I'd be
Johnny's
so
time.
pleased with that.
No, every time before we go on, we'd be in the dressing room, be like, right, doing the warm-ups. He's like, you fucking prick, you're not fucking doing that in here. Like, tough shit. Like,
I do all my
it's
warm-ups.
annoying as, like, it's annoying for everybody else. Try and get everyone involved, turn it into like a group activity. But
Yeah.
Don't
the
give her
delusional
any
lads
ideas.
weren't-
No.
Do not give her any ideas.
Remember we got Adam in the Metal Hawks and doing it together?
Well, yeah. Them boys are really dead on.
Oh,
I want to do
He's-
everything
he's
together,
left
so
them
this is another
again,
idea.
yeah. I was dying
Yeah, oh,
in the hotel.
Hard Rock Hell. Shout out
Yeah.
to Hard Rock Hell. Last year. It was some crack.
I had the flu.
Yeah, by playing. Oh, God, that's horrible.
Bad, like.
I did that one time I was playing here and I really wasn't well at Metal to the Masters show. And it's actually on video, and I literally, like, my head just started to do this, and I was like, I'm so glad I played
At
it off
least you made
so
it.
well. No, I hit the floor like a ton of shits with it, but I landed on my knees like this, and it kind of just looked like I'd done it on purpose. Now, when I tell people and you see the video, like,
Play
you
it
can
off.
tell, but my head went so, like, light because the heat in here. And with the body mass of the people, like, 'cause the Master shows are all so freaking packed. It's
Yeah.
so good. Like, I love it. But I literally was on the floor, and I don't know how I managed to keep playing. My eyes were shut, and I was like, oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Like, and I was just playing. I played the rest of the song, and my brother picked me up, and he was like, you all right? And I was like, oh, I'm okay now. And I played that off so well, but that was embarrassing. Imagine passing out on stage. You'd never get on stage again in your life.
Oh, fuck.
You know?
I've fallen off the stage before.
Okay, well, I've done that too. I've fallen off the stage, on the
Full
stage.
face plant on.
Yeah. I've broke a stage before.
I'm lucky I haven't had anything like that yet. What's
Not
the-
yet.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
You're due one, though?
I'm due one. Obviously
Yeah.
down in Dublin, I'll break my neck or something.
No, don't. Jeez.
No, I think the only thing that's I hit my head
Touch
off.
wood.
Do you remember
Touch wood.
I hit my head off that light doing Demolition Fest.
Yeah.
I jumped up. Do you know, like in what's that bar called? 720 bar.
Yes.
No, it has some boxes, and I was like,
You forgot he was 6 foot
I
something.
I changed the tone of my camper, and then it went like flipping heavy, and I was like, I'm gonna run, I'm gonna flip, and I just whacked my head straight off the light.
Oh,
And
fuck.
I think there's a video of it.
It's
It's like the weirdest video ever, because like you like smash your hand or something on the corner of that thing.
Yeah, because I hurt
I hit my head
thing.
off the light rig, and do you know in like 720 there's that wee weird door beside the stage.
Yeah.
This guy like opened it and he was like just having a full on conversation with Bodie, and Bodie's sitting there like battering
Trying
drums
to-
and like, just having a chat with this guy, and I was like, what is
Oh, it was
happening?
funny though, like it was
That was
funny.
good. That was
It makes for good videos. Like, see, watching back that video, we were wetting ourselves sore.
And then I threw a full pint over you.
Oh, do you remember that? You threw a pint in my eyes. Ooh, and it got me so drunk. I was like, I think I'm drunker.
I was a bit
So
drunk
normally
then.
I don't drink. Like, very rare will I drink. I maybe have a glass of wine. Yeah, very rare, especially at shows and stuff. Because I'm normally
here, getting liquored off here.
yeah, but we stayed over that time because
the-
the bands were on the next day. We wanted to see all the band.
Yeah.
So we'd stayed and like booked a hotel and had the weekend of it. Like, it was really good. Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
Is it the same one? Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds brilliant.
Oh, it was. It was some crack, like.
I was bad that night.
It was so,
That
but the
was,
dance moves we were doing, like if anyone had a say, it was just me and him at the front and everybody moving away from us, and we were literally doing like crabs back and forth from the ground, and
that was a
like,
good weekend.
that was such a good weekend.
Cool. So you mentioned there about doing the Melissa Cross vocal warm-ups.
Yeah.
When you're going into the studio for your vocals, what's your general warm-up regimen?
The only warm-ups I do basically are in my makeup chair. So my makeup artist, literally, and dance, there's actually a video on my makeup artist page. Again, I'll shout her out, Sharon Rose. I love that woman. You see, if it wasn't for her, the Teras look wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has saved my life, that woman.
Brilliant.
The couple of times I've had to do my makeup myself, look, it's terrible.
Have you thought about bringing her to shows to do the audience? You know,
I
have
would
like a
love her
face
to.
painting.
That's
kiosk?
actually a good shout. Sharon, did you hear that? Do that. Right, that's a really good shout.
Yeah.
There's a video on her page, though, as I said before, of ADHD, right? But obviously I can't move. Now I'm medicated, it's a wee bit better, but you see, whenever I'm moving, doing somebody's makeup with ADHD is not easy. So every now and again, you'll just see, every time she steps away from my face, I'm like, we dance.
Yeah.
But
It's getting bad because
I sing with her,
bad
just.
because me and Bodie can do our own now.
yeah, they can
Yeah,
do their own makeup. I don't
how
have to do it
you know it's
anymore.
getting bad. That's I'm just like a master. Like
It's just a bit of eyeliner, like, don't flatter yourself too much, son. I'm only joking. You're really good at it.
Remember, we used to wear makeup in delusional science as well.
Yeah.
did we?
Well, me and AJ did.
Yeah?
We all-
I never-
we all
I-
put eyeliner on and got
I wasn't involved
Yeah,
in
that's
that
cool.
club. Sure, AJ shouted at me one time because we were wearing a scarf and it was cold. It's like we're a rock band. And I was
Don't
like,
you dare wear a scarf.
It's like it's cold and I'm wearing a scarf. How dare I?
I was going to say something,
cool.
I don't want you to have to edit it out.
So,
Here. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. I'll just say. That's all. Sorry.
you
I
warm
have to
up.
get it in there.
You warm up when you're getting your makeup done.
Yeah, literally we just sit and sing and narrate. Other than that, I really don't do much warm-ups. It's more about how I take care of my voice coming up to shows.
Okay.
So I'll not drink or eat dairy products.
Yeah.
Like none. Not
Yeah,
even
no milk,
coffee.
No, nothing.
Not even coffee.
That's me out. Like
Yeah, no, but I can't, like, not even a black coffee. I'll just, like, I'll switch to something else with caffeine in it if I have to. And I try to drink a lot of water and room temperature water as well.
Yeah.
And you see on stage, that's one thing I'll tell any singer if you don't know, because there's a lot, I'm surprised by how many singers don't know this. Do
wow.
not take cold drinks on
Yep.
stage.
The
Your vocals will
colder the
close. Okay? My an old singer of mine, not even in this band, another band too, learned that the hard way. And in this band. But yeah, it's more like that. I don't really do too many vocal warm-ups. And then if we're going to a show, it's if I'm driving, which I normally am driving to Belfast anyway. I don't live in Belfast.
Yeah.
I'm the country gal. But I'll just sing along to like spirit boxy stuff, or like just sit and like put on like really heavy music and just like scream like down the road and try and
Cool.
warm up that way. Otherwise, I don't really do that much warm-ups. That's something I probably should work on.
What about for the studio?
No, I just
Just sort of
show up. I eat a lot,
Yeah.
because I'm normally like, when I get in the studio, I'm like, I'm buzzing, and like I get on with Josh well when I'm in there. And we kind of like bounce off each other, so we do, and it's not that much warm-ups to do. I do like one take, and that would be my warm-up, if
Do you
that
sort
makes
of
sense.
do you do the song front to back, or would you punch in your parts and
I
go?
do it once full, and then I'll go back over it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So for Rain, it was one take. You can ask Josh this. I just went in, and
cool.
by the end of it, my t-shirt was ripped, my hair was up to here, I was sweating, I was crying. That song to me was a release. So
Fighting yourself.
see the tears at the end of that song. That's real.
Okay.
So you see that's all real. So it is at the end of the song. I didn't want it in the song, but the
Yeah.
guys were like, you see at the end of Rain, I did it in one take, and I came back in, and all three of them were just like, and I was like, I needed to let that out. I need to get that out of me. So I did. That was
there's
like
been a few
in there.
times you've done that though, where you've like sung somewhere where they'll sit
Yeah.
there, like, yeah, that's it. 'Cause I
Yeah,
remember
just sitting there like, yeah, do that.
That's the take.
When we initially had Sovereign, it started like when it came into the chorus, it started like really, really low.
Yeah.
And then this one, you were just in the studio, and we're like, oh, we'll try it a different way. And then you did the
I'd
take
come
that
in and-
actually made it. And we were
Yeah.
just like,
Yep, that's
I
it.
just remember me, Josh, and Boyd were sitting there like,
Yep.
yeah.
So how did you do Sovereign? Did you have it demoed out at home, or did you just have it jammed
No,
and have
he-
like a phone recording?
He wrote it and brought
How
it to us.
Sovereign
and-
started was
In my living
actually
room?
Well, it was before that.
It was in your house, but I'm talking about Together. It was in my living room.
It came together in your living room, but I
Yeah.
remember what it was like. I just remember one of our group chats. I put like the riff in, and was like, "Oh, I love writing songs that I can't play."
What was that?
And then
like
I think I had said
the
use it.
start riff, the fast one.
Yeah, the fast one. And I was just like, "Oh, I love writing riffs I can't play," and then it just obviously was like, "That actually sounds pretty cool." So, sort of worked away at that, and then came to your house, and then we just sort of added the layers to it, and just went from there. And then, of course,
Cool.
obviously, we were like. It just got heavier and heavier. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know how to end this, so we're just doing a big breakdown at the end. And
I think we did
I
that by
went from
mistake
there.
as well, that breakdown. Like you did it
Yeah,
one
I
day,
phoned you.
messing about.
I think I phoned you. You're like, I'm really busy. And I was like, I know how Ryan Sovereign. I tried to find a phone to you. And it was like,
I couldn't hear it. Or
that's
something.
it. So I
And
think
when you had written it, was that it from there? You know, I love the dynamic change from the verse, the intro riff into the first verse. The way that it turns into like a bit of a breakdown.
That was
Was
your
that
idea.
always
Yeah.
intentional, or did you mix it up a bit when you started jamming it?
I think it was sort of always intentional.
Yeah.
Like I hate playing the same riff over and over again.
Yeah.
So we could have just
it's a
kept.
good dynamic shift.
We,
Yeah.
we could have kept the same riff, but I was like, no, we'll go lower.
Yeah.
I think when I initially wrote it, I was like sort of thinking, I think Steve-O was still with us at the time.
Yeah.
It was where like he could do like the higher bit.
Cool.
I think he was thinking of going
Yeah,
higher
and you
again,
going
and then I
lower.
was going to
It's
do
cool
like a
when it
lower
gets in
bit.
like the breakdown riff. You know, just
Yeah,
see
it's cool,
the
isn't it?
heads going in the crowd. it'll
Yeah.
be-
Yeah, so
cool.
I think it just went from
It
there.
is really
and just
cool
went
live,
from it.
actually. It's
Awesome.
I love playing it live because at the Boy Fear King bit we play it, as I say, the first time round. I think we were talking about this earlier before we started. Actually, we'll mention it. It came about by mistake. The end bit. We did it live one time and I forgot to sing it because it was in here. Yeah, and it was so good that I was just. There's a video of it. I'll send it to you. And I was just going mental. Like I wouldn't play it live in a while. I had a lot of anger built up with all the crap that went on in the band and all the changes. And I was like, I need this show. I need this. I need to let this energy out. And we played so brilliantly that night. If I do say, I was so proud of every single one of us. I was really proud of us. I think that's the one moment I was stood there and I was like, I am so proud right now of my band.
Great.
And we were playing it, and because of how into it I was, I didn't sing. So at the end of it, I was like, go again! Go again! Yeah.
Just call it live.
And
You
them
just-
two just looked at each other and went into it. And as heavy as it was, I wasn't even playing bass. It was just him and Bordy. And I was like, boy, if I again, And everybody in the crowd and myself were all bowing to each other. So
Brilliant.
it was really cool. So I want to kind of keep that momentum up and like always
Sort
just
of
bow
think-
at each other.
I think in that video as well, it's like I didn't know really what was happening. I was
Yeah,
like,
you can kind of see them
'cause
like.
I come in like half time. I'm like, oh no, we're just doing it again, and I'd come back in. But yeah, that was a.
But now we've capped that.
Do you know what? Like between that and then we played Dublin the night before.
Yeah.
I had never been as nervous for a show in my life.
Yeah.
'Cause, Sovereign it's like the first song I've ever wrote. Like,
And
that's
Void,
my
and
first
Void.
song.
Void
well,
you
Void,
wrote?
Void was after.
Yeah.
But Sovereign was like I'd been writing Sovereign for months before we got to
Yeah,
play
it was
Oh,
there
right,
a long
so
time.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that your,
been-
your masterpiece?
It's my
It's his baby. We were just saying the
It's
same
my
thing.
baby. So I remember playing in Dublin, and we're playing down in Dublin Fibbers downstairs, and it was quite like a small crowd. So it was kind of like I couldn't really gauge how people reacting to it because it was probably like, do you know one of them shows you go and you play and it's like there's more band members than there is actually
Yeah.
people there. But there was a few people. It was a good show in the end. I really enjoyed it. It was good getting
I
down.
think it was a good practice run for the show
Yeah.
the next
So
day.
I remember I think I was on
We
that
did
side
two
of the stage,
back-to-backs.
and obviously the Senescence guys were there, and they've been going for years and years. I'm like, I'm about to play a song that I have literally wrote, and if it flops, this is gonna be terrible. And
It did so well.
there was a guy standing there.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll tell him the story about what he did the song before.
I can't remember, so go for it.
They stupidly trusted me with a mic for the first time. I was just ready to do the screams.
We all have a mic now.
I don't know what possessed me. I sort of was just like, what are you fucking doing here? Like, we've seen mosh pits before. Somebody do something crazy. And then this guy gets on the stage, and I'm like, right, I'm getting down bagged here, like, this is it. And the lights over there started flashing. So I seen him sort of go like that, and then just flashing lights, and then the lights sort of came up, and I just seen 4 people land on the floor. He just suicide dived basically into somebody in front of it. And I
But he was just on the floor.
But there's a good video of him. He was loving it. He was full body headbanging. He was headbanging from the hips, and I was like,
Yeah,
that guy
maybe
knows.
small basement clubs with small crowds aren't the best place to stage dive, perhaps.
No,
I mean,
no.
it was
a
my
packed show,
fault.
actually, this one.
It was pretty
fuck that.
So it was
busy,
packed,
yeah,
the crowd
it
just
was-
moved away.
No one wanted
It was
any
in
of
here,
Yeah,
that
I think he
show,
just
and
sort of
I mean
dove.
that show was like it was just as big to the Metal Massa show. It was
It was
us,
good. It was
Senescence.
Senescence were
and-
headlining and Foreignwood for the other support, and
Yeah.
I think just a lot of people came for Senescence because
Yeah, because we love the
They're
Senescence.
amazing, like,
Shout
yeah.
out to Sins. Also, I'm playing the Sins for the In the Pit. I'm filling in on bass for them.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, and they're going to do the Teras makeup as well to have a
Brilliant.
shout out to
spoilers.
us. So.
Are you
No,
playing
they know this.
Are you
Like,
playing in the pit as well?
no, we're not, but I'm
We're
playing
not,
with them.
But
And
with Sins?
yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
honoured. Like I love that band, and for
Oh,
the fact
yeah.
that they asked me to play for them, I was just like fangirl, like.
Yeah, I used to watch
You know?
them since I was like fucking 16.
Anto's a dude. Like they're all dudes. Like, but like Anto's been very good to us and
Yeah.
been very good to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yep, yeah,
They're
sure,
very, very
those guys
good.
are brilliant.
Shout out to Black Axe as well, because like the amount of times I went
Yes,
in
that's
there
his
as
new
well.
company
It's
now.
such a good company, like and
That's
I
cool.
want to do some content in
stuff.
there too. Who
Yep.
doesn't want to throw shit?
Who
You know.
doesn't? Yeah, if you want to throw shit, go to Black
Axes are even
Axe.
better, you know. I just pretend to target somebody. I actually went to Black Axe
Oh,
recently and got the
me.
first. I've been there loads of times and I'm so bad at it. I'm terrible at it. Give me a bow and arrow any day, I'll hit targets. But
So you need more practice.
axes are not my thing, but I still love it. And I got a bullseye
Yeah.
for the first time. I'm buzzing about that. I'm proud of that. Sorry,
Let's go.
I just needed to say that
We need to go.
because
Let's get a big.
yeah, like a band day in Black Axe would be so cool.
NI metal scene
Band
day
day
out.
out.
So you talked then about what the lyrics for Sovereign, what inspired it. What inspires your songwriting in general? Like you said,
Yeah.
that one is about the fake leaders and Bow to Your King, enabling yourself. What are the themes of the other songs and what kind of things inspire them then?
Do you mean musically or
Lyrically?
lyrically?
Yeah.
Lyrically, well, for me, as I said, Rain for me was letting out a lot of pain that I had been going through, and it was just a release song. So it was like the lyrics speak for themselves, so it does. But at the end, that you'll hear every song that I've wrote has a positive ending. So I'll start with a negative sometimes and end with a positive because
Okay.
I don't like ending anything on a negative, right?
Yeah.
And it's also, as I said, I put some Latin in there. I put some spell work in there, like so, as I say, like I come from background witches and all the rest of it. Like to think so.
Cool.
And it's just cool. And I just wanted to do something that meant something to me, like really, really meant something to me. And it was just pure emotion. So Rain is just pure emotion. It was my baby. So
Yeah.
it was really my baby. And I love the bass on Rain as well. Like I really went hard with the bass on it.
And Void, you go hard during Void as well.
I go hard during Void as
A
well.
lot of shouting in Void.
Yeah, I like the shouting now, but it's I like the words in it as well. I will not bleed the blood of sheep.
Yeah.
You know, it goes hand in hand with dystopia and it goes hand in hand with sovereign. So it does.
So they all, I like you said about having one lyric from the previous feed into the
Yeah.
next.
Skin was written, do you know, so I'm a gamer, I'm a big gamer.
Yeah.
Love my gaming. So is my brother-in-law. Me and my brother have gamed our whole lives. I'm a friend as well. It was actually written, on Cyberpunk. So depending on who you choose the end without spoilers, like I chose, like I always say this and it doesn't spoil it, like, 'cause, I chose V at the end for obvious reasons, but that whole song is written on that experience of that game.
Okay.
So
It's always fun when you're like, is anybody a gamer in here? And you get like one person who's like, me.
everyone's a
You're
gamer,
like,
you can't not, well, most people. But there's text messages you get throughout that game, and a lot of the lines in it are from them text messages, just ever so slightly changed, so I'm not
That's really
copywriting.
cool.
Cousin,
Do you know what I
you
mean?
want to go
So,
bold. Yeah.
but it has a meaning behind that entire song, so it does. And it also, to
That's
me, it's about not feeling like, as a woman, a lot of women don't feel comfortable in their own skin. As I said
Yeah.
earlier, ego is a big thing, and like vanity is a big thing. And when I say vanity, I don't mean loving yourself and thinking you're amazing. I think it's just about constantly having to worry about what you look
Yeah.
like.
More worrying about yourself
Yeah,
than
do you know what I
loving
mean?
yourself.
Everybody does,
Yeah.
women and men. Actually, men do. It's just not spoken about as much.
I remember when I first
So it's about that.
was learning Skin.
You love Skin. It's his favourite
It's
song.
that's really
One
well
of.
written song. But I remember like when I was first, there's a line in it. It's like, I dispel fear.
Yeah.
And I thought for the longest time it was I smell fear. And I was like,
So he always shouts, "I smell fear," and I'm like,
So you
"No,
were
it's
singing
I
them.
dispel."
I
Yeah,
was shouting at people, I smell
That's why it's
fear.
good to have your lyrics all nicely typed up and
Yep.
clear printed for everyone.
because I don't
Yep.
speak clearly. Never mind sing clearly, like you
So
know.
I'm just shouting at randomers. I
Yeah.
smell fear, and they're probably like, "What's he on about?"
But for Void, it's about something slightly different too. And then dystopia is it's really obvious. It's what it's about. And I had a song Utopia. It's been taken down, and we're not doing it now. Just due to creative differences with other members. And but it was my favorite song, so it was, because to me it was my comeback song, as I said, like, because I felt unseen a lot in my family and like just in my life, really. Like I was always kind of translucent, even though I don't look translucent. I felt
Yeah.
like I was invisible to a lot of people, or like I didn't matter. So it was my comeback song, and it was also like just a big shout out to people who are two-faced and like won't come tell their own truth, and it was my truth. Does that make sense? It was getting, and I actually got to sing it to those people in their face in a full show. You know, it was really good. It was really good.
Yeah.
It was.
This song is a very special one to me. Once upon a time, Hunter was told, Hunter, you can't sing. You shouldn't sing. You squawk. It sounds terrible. And Hunter said, fuck you. I'm going to do it louder in spite of you. So I wrote this song called Utopia. Yeah.
And then there's another song we used to do. I don't think we're doing it anymore. And in the middle of it, it was a comeback song also. And I did some of the lyrics live. Like a lot of our lyrics that come, I actually mistakes of me doing it live. I'll get into character and then I'll just start rambling stuff and be like, I'll hear it back and be like, oh, I'm keeping that.
Yeah. Oh, I.
You know.
Dublin, when you hear a new
Record your
song,
improv and listen back to it.
when you hear a new song, Dublin potentially, it might be never heard again. The same.
One and done. Yeah.
You know, like it's just, you see, whenever I'm live and if I'm really feeling something or if I really have to say something, the freedom of this band is that we have freedom of creativity,
That
like
is
all
really
three of
cool.
us.
Because, there's bands, where you go and see their shows and you're just going to get the songs presented as the record. But you could be a little more free form and you're going to get something different every time.
Exactly.
That's a pretty cool, unique point of yourself.
Rain, I use it as it's always the song that I like to get into the crowd with.
Yeah.
I drop my bass in the middle of it, and I'm going to start taking it back up in the end because it's very bass ridden in the choruses. And but I love to interact with the crowd. At the end of the day, without the crowd, there is no band. Do you know what I mean? And that's another thing I want to point on. If you want to support local artists and local bands, and you want music to be in your scene, you have to go to shows. You have to support your local artists, even if you don't have money to buy merch and stuff. There's free shows and stuff, but if you want music to stay alive, go support your local artists. That's all you have to do. And even if you can't go to shows for whatever reason, see, just on socials and stuff, just interacting, that really helps your local artists. Every artist that you know,
Liking, commenting, saying
all
hello,
of it,
sharing.
and even helping each other. That's one thing I love about the community that we have here. See, Ireland, you see, after being around the world, Ireland is one of the capitals of music, in my opinion. There's nowhere you go where music isn't playing. I've been in places where there's no live music ever, and it's so strange. In Spain, I was just back from Spain, there's no music playing in pubs. I played a show there, right? I was playing a wee handmade first show, just a wee acoustic set.
Sovereign.
Excellent.
Not Sovereign.
Did you play any Teras songs?
No, I didn't. I just did covers and then a couple of my own bluesy stuff.
Lovely.
But I noticed there's no live music, and then you come here, you can't go down the street and not hear music. It's beautiful. It's so wonderful, and our community doesn't work against in the metal community, right? I've worked in a lot of different communities, and some of the genres of music, people clash and they work against each other. There's a competition. In the metal scene. If one of us win, we all win. We both have always said this, right?
It's great.
One of us win, we all win, and everybody supports each other. You see the support we've got off other bands and getting gigs with each other and just genuinely showing up to each other's shows. We go to so many local gigs together, me, him, and Boydie now too.
There's a lot of great hype, and
even
local
fun.
shows are the best fun as well.
Exactly. Metal shows are brilliant, and everywhere you go, metalheads are actually the nicest people you will ever meet. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Genuinely the nicest, some of the
We're not just
nicest
saying
people.
That's really funny. It's really true.
No, it is true. I'm not what you call a typical metalhead. I'm not. But
Well, who is these days,
But I remember walking into a show actually. Where was it? Was it in Dock or somewhere, or Derry or somewhere? And that Bill tall dude, Colin, had said to me, I ended up buying a t-shirt and all, but he'd seen me walk in and seen the rest of the band walked in, and he looked at me and he's like, what the fuck's she gonna do? Because I was wearing my pink tutu and looked like a freaking flower fairy. And then I got up and was like, whoa. And he was like, whoa, okay. And said to me, he's like, that's not what I expected at all. But I love that. I love whenever you get something that you don't expect,
Excellent.
But it's cool. But
you've got quite a big roar of a voice that comes out of such a tiny little person you wouldn't expect.
I think I'm tall, but I'm only joking.
I do think the supporting locals, I say we do go to a lot of shows.
Yeah, we do go to a lot of local gigs.
I remember when you were playing with Nyland, remember you started the Wall of Death there, and just
Did
absolutely
you?
cleaned some.
Yeah, it was supporting Sworn Amongst.
Hey, that's pretty cool that you got to do a Wall of Death.
I just
that's a
remembered
goal.
it was Wall of Death, and it was a 4-man. Why is Boydie phoning me?
You see, there was a song. Should answer it. Take it.
Answer it.
Put it on
Just
speaker.
answer
it.
Here, can I phone him back?
No, don't
I
phone
can't.
him.
My phone's over there.
Hi, Pete. It's Warren Boyd, drummer from Teras, long-time listener, first-time caller. Just want to know, why is there a rig rundown and no big drum down? Just feel kind of left out, sitting by myself while Hunter and Grog are on the show with you. Not super cool, by the way, just hanging out by myself, nothing to do. So, you can let me know or whatever, if you don't, it's fine. But yeah.
I know.
Really
See,
enjoy.
so when the
I've got
crowd's
a few
into
phones
it,
again,
it's
I'll
easy.
do it.
You can
It'll be
sort of
funny.
gauge how the crowd goes, and if there's an opportunity for a wall of death, take it. Like, yeah.
100%. I've never had the opportunity. I never thought
I
about
just
doing
remember
that. That's your
clapping.
job.
The finger.
Yeah, the magic finger. My job is to get out.
People just know. People
I say I love getting out and into the crowd. I always do it in here. So anytime I play the video,
Yeah.
it's the easiest place to get out and into the crowd. The only thing is, I am going to have to invest in a wireless mic because the
I
amount of
think
times
you
I've
have to invest in a wee set of steps because
No.
your knees are starting to go.
no, well that too.
What
That's
kind
from
of wireless mic do you
skateboarding.
want to get? Just a regular handheld, or do you want to get like a headset?
No,
Yeah.
but that would be cool too. You could
Yeah.
do like that's a Mandela effect. Actually, apparently Brittany never had a thing. Have you known the Mandela effect?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So do you remember Brittany having like a wee?
Little headset mic.
Yeah, well
Never?
that's lies. She never had it apparently. Apparently, in my memory, she did. But
I think
that
I
would be
remember
cool.
that
Hit my baby. But no, I just mean like a wireless one that I can
Yeah.
take out because the amount of times I've near took myself out, took him out, took people out in the crowd with
my
the
wireless
lead.
Sound guys will
Correct.
hit you.
Yeah, sound guys normally do, you know. But
Shout out to all the sound guys.
Yeah.
That deal with all my wireless
the
shit.
the
over
deal with
years.
my shit like so.
Plug in and go.
But I love getting out into the crowd, and everyone's actually. I've never had a bad experience. I've noticed he goes to the front to make sure that I'm not getting wiped out by somebody. You'll just see him being like, "What sheet him? What
Yeah.
she had?"
Or
You know.
it's more I'm making sure you don't wipe somebody else.
Yeah, more like that.
Leave somebody.
But
on
everyone's
it.
always really dead on, and they move back and give him a space
No
as
incidents
well.
so far. You haven't taken anyone's head off.
No,
in
not
case-
yet that I know of. You know, not that I know of. Nobody's
I only
complained
had
so
that
far.
one guy who grabbed my arm in Dublin that one time.
I can't even remember that.
I was playing with you, and
Oh, that's why I
went-
can't
went
remember
into the crowd, and this guy just thought it would be a good idea. I was like, I can't even remember what song we're playing. And I was in the crowd just playing, and like grabbed my right arm, but it was like proper. Like I was like,
You know.
bro, I need this.
Yeah.
Like I can't do it
Just
without
being
him.
over friendly.
I
yeah.
was like on top of me. Like I was like, he's gonna come home with me here.
If I don't know,
I think you're gonna, he's just wrecking the place here.
That's cool. But it's really cool. Like you were talking about your non-musical influences. You were saying cyberpunk was a big one.
Yeah.
On you. Is there anything else? Anything other books, art, movies?
Yes, Dolores Cannon. Dolores Cannon, Dolores Cannon. If you have not heard of Dolores Cannon, do your research. I've read all 19 of her books. She was my hero, she's dead now, but her daughter, Julia Cannon, has taken on her work. She is a metaphysicist, hypnotherapist. She is my hero. It is the reason I have a belief system. I just love metaphysics. I just love everything about her work. Her work is, she explains it like this. It's like, if you like getting your mind bent like pretzel, you'll love her work. Okay? Some people already know of her work. Most people know of her work from Life or Death, but I had started with the Custodians and then the Convoluted Universe. It gave me so much inspiration in life and as well as musically. And like actually a lot of the stuff I write and concepts come from the knowledge that I've learned through her, Dolores Cannon.
That's cool. So she not just an inspiration to your music and for Teras, but just
She's
in
my
general
entire
for your
life.
All
Yeah,
right.
she changed my life. Like finding her books. I actually found her on YouTube, like a short, and then I bought her audiobook, and then I bought all of her audiobooks. Every month I got like a new book.
Brilliant.
And now it's what I listen to falling asleep is either her or Graham Hancock. I love
Okay.
Graham Hancock. I think he's a pioneer before his time, like he really is. And Terence
Are you
McKenna
doing
just
okay
the
opening this, by the way?
Yeah, no, I'm just talking, trying not to get
Oh, I thought
distracted.
you
So
were
I'm
trying to open
fiddling.
it for ages.
No,
I was
no,
like,
I'm just
what's
fiddling.
that?
I'm just fiddling, so I don't get distracted. But yeah, Dolores Cannon's big inspiration. And outside of that, like watching some shows, I'm not big into watching stuff. I didn't even have TV for years other than a monitor for gaming.
Yeah.
Because if I can predict something, I get bored. So if I'm watching something and it annoys
Yeah.
anyone I'm
It's
with,
like, this is what's going to happen. Blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
I'm bored.
Uh-huh.
Turn it off. So I like stuff that I can't predict. I like things I can't predict. I like I love information. I just love learning new information. And you'll know yourself from Joe Rogan podcasts. Like if you
aye.
watch them, like he had Graham Hancock on a good few times. Even
Yeah.
had him on with an archaeologist doing like that Flint by doing a debate, and it all blows my mind. So it does. But that Dolores Cannon has one of my biggest inspirations and one of the biggest reasons for me changing a lot of my thinking, a lot of my negative thinking. Comes from her because I realised that there's actually, I used to think that everything was pointless.
Yeah.
And it, like what made life poignant? What was it? Like, was it just that there was an end? Is that the poignance of life or what is it? And then I found out it's just, I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn lessons. And
It's the journey, not the destination.
yeah. So one of my songs is like, the lyrics are like, I'm here to learn lessons upon lessons upon lessons. And that's all like based off her work and stuff. So
Excellent.
that's a big influence to me. I don't know about you though.
What about you, George? Any influences, art, music, television, film, theatre,
Yes,
anything?
like I think same. Like I grew up just playing games quite a lot. So like a lot of game soundtracks are like top tier.
Oh,
I don't want to say the cliche and say the Doom soundtrack.
It is cool
Yeah.
though.
Have you ever heard it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even like The Witcher, like Mass Effect 2 has a really good sound effect So soundtrack. Just games like that just have really good Destiny.
Yeah.
As bad as that game is now, and how much of my life I've probably wasted on that game.
So we may see a lot more gaming sort of
I would love to.
Terrace
I would-
content in future.
I would love to
tempt me.
write a song for a game. Like that's like it's a
you
big goal in the future.
Any game makers out there watching?
Yeah, if you
Here
ever
we
need
are.
music for a game, like any style of music as well, it doesn't have to be heavy. That's another thing. I don't want to get too distracted because I know I'm distracting from your questions.
No, it's good.
Pete's asked 3 questions.
I know, and we've just ran.
You know what? You're covering a lot of things I've
Yeah,
made
that you don't
notes,
have to ask, so that's
it's-
handy.
I would be going over old ground again. It's all good.
Yeah, I forget what I was going to say there. What were we talking about?
So yes, your inspirations, the non-musical ones. We're talking about the
Games.
books, the
The
games.
games.
How cool it would be. You'd love to do music for a game.
Yes, I would
Any
absolutely
style.
die to do music for a game. There's something else that I was going to say. I can't remember.
Anyway, moving on.
Yes, yeah. No, yes, I remember now. Because I said it didn't have to be metal.
Yeah.
One thing about Teras as well is that we're trying to do within the 3 of us is we're trying to write different styles of not just metal but like alternative rock and like
Yeah.
we're trying to do now piano breakdowns. Like I want to do more piano interlude stuff, but build them back up into our music. And then our drummer. In Sovereign, he's the one who did the melody. Like you'll notice the melody vocals are kind of changing all the time.
Yep.
He's the one who wrote the pre-chorus. He came up with that melody line, and he's the one who does the backing vocals and you. And in the end of it, those atmospheric angel-sounded vocals. That's not me.
That's him.
That's him.
He went hard for that.
Holy
He,
crap!
he was just like, Josh,
brilliant.
record.
And we
then all
were
I heard
standing
was
like-
him go, oh, and I was like, okay.
But you can actually, I think the first time round we had to do it again because you can hear me in the background
Yeah.
going, "Holy fuck!
That's really cool.
amazing!"
Yeah.
I think what works for us is like, we all listen to such different stuff.
Yeah, because
Boydie,
Boydie's so different again, like
Aye,
completely
yeah.
different.
he was like prepared to listen to the Bee Gees the whole way to Dublin. And I was
like
like,
jazzy
oh,
stuff and-
brilliant.
Sometimes that helps psych you up, for a metal
100%.
show, listening to weird shit on the way.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
listening to. There's an artist called Aniko, and she has a song called "The King's Affirmation." It literally is my affirmation song. That and a song called "Satellite." I don't care how many times I've heard it. I sing it every morning as an affirmation to my mornings, and it's
Cool.
literally affirming stuff and positive things. And she's fantastic for anyone looking to listen to like positive lyrics and positive music written by positive people. Because a lot of music, I'm careful about what I listen to now on radio because of like just the stuff I believe in and the frequencies
Don't
I believe
put
in.
yourself in a negative mindset.
I don't, and I don't want to be singing negative affirmations. If you're, to me, speaking is spelling, like, so thought even is spelling, like spell work. So if you're singing constantly negative stuff to yourself or you're reciting that to yourself, you're going to live that. So if you're
yeah.
constantly reciting good stuff to
That's
yourself.
why they get crowds of people in churches to all recite things together.
Oh, yeah,
in unison.
100%.
That's what it's for.
100%, and I'm a big believer in that, and
So if you can get people at gigs singing your words,
yeah, but
doing
my-
your
Life
work,
here.
But my words, people are singing them. They'll bring goodness to them people.
Yes, yeah.
You know what I mean? Some of them obviously are very angry, but it's to wake people up to the stuff that a lot of people are ignoring or oblivious to.
Yeah.
I've said to Grog before, I have a voice, a platform to be heard on, and I have a lot to say.
Yeah.
And this is a great platform to be heard on, So
Absolutely. Yeah, that's fantastic. So how does this all work then? You've talked about yourself. What about the rest of you as individuals? How do all your personalities and influences all meld together when you're coming into making music?
Terribly. No, I think it's just sort of it because of like I'm gonna say this, and Eve will probably kill me. The age difference between all of us. Obviously, I'm the youngest, and then Boydie would be the oldest. Like,
and then I'm the second oldest.
He would. So he
Old
was
shit.
sort of like he would listen to like Metallica and like the older rock stuff. Whereas
Yeah.
like
Same, to be
I would
fair.
sort of describe it. We sort of like miss each other. Like we both like metal, but we miss each other. So it's
Yeah.
like with just
Whereas
that
I
many,
listen to
like,
both their styles of
Yes.
music. I'm in the middle.
With just
The
such like
middle ground.
weird styles. Like I remember when we first wrote Void, I was like, I think it was in like some weird time, like 7/4 or something.
Yeah.
And Boydie was like,
Nope.
let's do that 4/4.
Yep.
And I
He was just like, no.
okay, cool. So,
But it
Brilliant.
works.
It
I
works,
will.
yeah.
I will give them this. Like we'll sometimes you write stuff back to me, and then we'll do it in the background. Now we all do it together because it's easier to do it together. But anytime we've written stuff and something hasn't worked or something, Woody's really good at structure and stuff. Like
Yeah,
he's really good at
he's so good.
putting stuff into structure, and his drumming's beyond. Like honestly, like he's a special specimen. He's the
Yeah.
batter king.
Some impressive,
All hail the batter king.
Impressive drums on your stuff.
Impressive
like
drums, impressive vocals, and
Yeah.
like there's nothing that guy can't do. To be fair,
yeah,
like
I think like when we were doing Sovereign, he like we had the snare on it, obviously, but
Oh,
the
the
snare,
snare's cool. It's like
the
a
snare goes along with like what the guitar's doing, and
Yeah.
he very purposely wrote it like that. He's like, I am writing
Brilliant.
this purposely like this because it will sound really cool. and he would want me to say
Yeah.
that.
That's
So
really
he won't
cool.
kill me. I have a list of
Excellent.
things he wanted me to say, and if I
Yeah.
don't say them, he won't let me out of the house.
So, in Sovereign, is there a particular message or emotion you're hoping the listeners take away from that track in particular?
Yes, take back your own light. You know,
Yeah.
don't let. First
It's
of all,
a very feel-good song. I
yeah, it
think.
is a feel-good song. You know, as I say, bow to yourself. Bow to yourself. You're your own king. You know what I
It's
mean?
like when
your
that
own
chorus
leader.
comes in and you sing that big line. It's
I let
very,
go of illusion,
it's
let it
very
shatter.
empowering feeling. You know,
Yeah,
it's quite
that's
uplifting.
we wrote that together. That line, I think. I'm pretty sure we came up with that together.
Yeah.
You know,
I
in
said
your
something
wee
about I
studio.
said something about an illusion, and they
Yeah.
were like, "Oh, what about this?" And I was
yeah.
like,
Because I'll bounce off them for lyrics sometimes. I'll be like, right,
Yeah.
what about this, or what does this line sound like? And then they'll say something like spark an idea.
Nice.
And but I think like I just wanted it to be about like literally breaking the smokescreen of our own perfections and everybody else's perfections, and literally just letting go of all expectations.
Yeah.
Not having expectations, not just so you can't be disappointed or not disappointed, but just to not have expectations on things, not put so much energy negatively into something. I don't know
Yeah.
how to word that any better than what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm butchering my idea of what it means, but
keep
I
cooking.
I like it. Like, so let go of illusion, let it shatter. Perfection scripts I no longer flatter. I'll take these chains, let us feel the fire in your veins. The fire still remains. So what I mean by that is there's like times in my life, I'm sure there's times in everybody's lives you went through depression, anxiety, stuff like that. There's still fire in you, even if you're at your weakest, horriblest time. So all it takes is for somebody else just to ignite that wee spark and get you back on track again. And for me, it was Teras, you know. And
Fantastic, yeah.
yeah, so I'm very thankful for that, you know.
You're
but
welcome.
it is, and I got to put Bertha into a song.
Yeah.
I'm just buzzing about that, you know. Bertha's my piano, but yeah.
So you bring your piano to the studio, plug electric piano?
No, it wasn't the piano. Unfortunately, Bertha didn't make it to the studio because there were the
Bertha's big.
Bertha is big.
Bertha would be very hard to get into your car.
I can pick her up underneath my thing because I've moved a lot, and Bertha's.
Yeah.
I've had her from I was 8, and she's the only thing that I've had from then, like is still in my possession, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
That
cool.
hasn't left me, and but I did it on this wee MIDI keyboard, about like this size. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
It had 1 octave worth of keys, and the guys were all like, and Josh was like, "How's he going to do this?" But there was an octave button, so I was like, right, okay. I did the left hand first. I played along the left hand first and just did all the left hand notes and chords and stuff, and then we did it again. But I did it with the right hand. I didn't know he was recording. And I'd done it perfectly, and I mean, like, I wish somebody had videoed it because I actually felt so badass doing it.
Yeah.
I was playing
You
like
looked
the
at
whole
me when you
run.
said about that video as if to be like, you didn't video
You didn't
that.
video it,
So
yeah.
you were hitting the transpose button and moving down live?
Yeah, the octave
like-
button, right? Yeah,
So that
so
was played in all live
all live, all one take, and
on one little
on one
octave.
little octave thing, and it's like the whole run,
Wow.
the whole entire run from the top to the bottom is all in one go, and it's just me moving up and down. Like every time I have to move
Were you
up
just
and
sort
down.
of having to play with it? You didn't know that was going
No,
to be the take? Like,
no, I wrote it, so that's exactly how I wrote it on the piano.
Yeah.
So I was playing it exactly how I wrote it, but trying to practice to make sure I could do it. Because he's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Are you going to be able to use this?" And I was like, "I can use anything. Don't tell me how I can do anything." And Josh was just watching. I didn't know he was recording, and he's a freaking legend for doing this.
Brilliant.
But he hit record before I did that. Got it perfectly one take, and then that's it. He freaking got it. I was so pleased when he said it was recorded, and I didn't have to do it again. Because if I had to do that twice, it wouldn't have been so
pressure.
good.
wouldn't have had the
pressure.
magic, you know?
No, it wouldn't have.
Captured the magic for
Yeah,
it.
it was.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So I'm pleased that the piano's at the start of the song too, ever so slightly. You'll
Yeah.
hear the piano at the start of the song, like
Start.
yeah,
Coming in.
Big deep notes.
yeah, the big deep notes and like the bassy kind of notes, and then just like a wee kind of run over the top of guitar, and then everything drops out and it's just guitar to have
That's
dynamics, you know.
That's cool. Well,
Yeah.
it was really cool, you know, talking about the single. We'll go now more about your equipment. So
Yeah.
starting with yourself, with bass guitar.
Oh,
So
Haha.
what make and model of bass is
okay.
you kinda
So
using? 'Cause-
at the minute it's a mystery. We
Yeah.
can pull off a sticker and see whenever we're playing it. I have stickers over. I bought it a while ago actually. I think I bought it for one of my first gigs with Teras because I had this other bass that was terrible. Before that, I had a jazz bass, like a square jazz bass, maple neck, beautiful, beautiful bass. But I messed it up, like it was not playable anymore after years of playing it. But she is called Hillary, if that helps. She's called Hillary.
It's Hillary.
It's Hillary. She's called
Hillary
Hillary. The reason she's called Hillary is because there's a woman in a wee music shop near Armagh. And me and my friend Eva would go into the music shop, and I seen this bass, and it was so light. I've never held a bass so light and so small before. And for gigging, obviously, I thought God, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And the wee woman when I was like, please let me buy this off. Like, let me pay you off and buy this. She was like, no. And she must have said no about, I don't know, 15 times.
Yeah.
And she eventually gave in and was like, right, fine. If you call her Hillary. And I was like, right, because her name is Hillary.
Okay.
And I name my instruments. She knew this. So I called her Hillary.
Stay true to your words. She's
Yeah,
still called
she's
Hillary.
Hillary. She's called Hillary, and I still have her now. And I love that wee bass. Like, I have no idea what it is. It's not an expensive bass. It's not a big, amazing bass. That's all I know about it. Like.
Got feel.
I just love it.
What kind of pickups does it have?
No idea
No
what pickups that came with it.
Big ones?
Yes.
Big
has
ones, the
pickups.
ones that work, that haven't broke on me since.
Do you
Confirmed
have
does
to
pickups.
put batteries in? Is it active?
Yes, it's active, so it's
So it'll be
battery powered.
one.
And I've learned the hard way to always bring an extra battery with you to show.
Just in case. Yeah. Now they last, and also do not leave it plugged in.
Yeah.
Because that
Yep.
runs it out.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
Brilliant.
but I do love that wee bass. Like, it's sentimental to me. I am hoping in the future to get a custom built Teras bass.
Yeah.
So that's something I'm looking into at the minute with your help. With is it what Poland
Yeah,
guitars?
Poland.
Oh,
Poland
yeah.
guitars.
Yeah, so-
They're very nice. That
Very
would
good.
suit you very well.
Yeah,
Actually,
so-
You're-
I met. I can't remember
Imagine
his
like
name.
runes
Is it
and all up
Chris?
the
Yeah.
fretboard. It'd be so
Isn't it
cool.
get it truly
Chris?
custom.
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
it's Chris from Poland. I
So-
met him at Radar Fest. I was just talking away to him.
Yeah.
Absolutely lovely fella. So we need to get on to him again. Cause
Yeah,
we're
I
sort
follow him on Instagram. His stuff's
Yeah,
brilliant.
so
Yeah, it's really good.
Of,
So
we're thinking he was saying
I'm-
about he would do his customs and
he said about doing
Very
Teras
tempting.
customs. I was going to buy a new bass anyway, just to have a spur. I'm always going to keep Hillary because she's my starter
Yeah.
and my first love. But it'd be so cool to have a custom bass. So, and I really want to invest more into that sound going forward. So as
That's
well.
brilliant. So you said you used the Squire before.
Yeah.
That would have been passive then. Do you prefer
Yeah.
the active pickups? Did you notice
think-
much of a difference?
Not too much of a difference. I think the active's a bit louder or something.
Really?
I don't know. In my
Well,
experience,
every
like, but-
guitar is going to be different, I guess.
yeah,
but
but
some people do just prefer active all the time. and-
yeah. Apart from the battery
then
running
people-
out.
and then people are wrong.
Yeah, and then people are wrong. But no, no, there's not too much difference. To be fair, I did love my Squire. I loved that wee jazz bass, but it was heavy.
Yeah.
My God, that bass was heavy. Like you see after a show, my per shoulder was literally
No,
banjaxed.
Yeah. So this
you
one's
know?
much lighter, far more.
Yeah, I'll let you hold her. Like she's
Yeah.
so like you can hold her with your pinky, and it's amazing. So it's handy for me because I get sore after shows. I'm old now. I'm not as young anymore. I still have to do my yoga in order to actually be able to play a show.
Limber
That's
up.
cool. Do you
Yeah.
have a preference for any kind of strings, like flat wine? or
What do you
round
call
wine?
him? What do you call him? We figured this
Oh, the
out. I
ones that
remember
were kind of-
nothing. I remember the name of nothing.
It's okay, because you get George.
Dadari. I can't say
Darius.
it. There we go. Thank you. I can't say it. I'm gonna make a fool of myself trying to say it.
The Darios are brilliant.
Yeah, and they're like gauge. How do you say it?
Thick gauge.
There we go. I can't say
Glad
words.
you're here,
Do you,
Pete.
what tuning
Gauge.
do you guys use?
This tuning.
Drop
I have a
C.
tattooed on me, right? So I told you I play in a lot. I
okay.
play a lot of different music. So we're in drop C.
Drop C.
Drop C.
And you've
So
got it tattooed.
I tattooed it on myself.
That's cool.
So I did that
You're
myself.
going out of the room because
I am
Just
going
with
on
a
out of the room.
regular tattoo machine? Or?
Oh yeah, just while no, please don't kill me. My back, okay. My sister's tattoo artist, Rebecca Hunter Tattoo Charlotte. She's a really good tattoo artist. Like she does like their kind of stuff. Like she's very
awesome.
very good. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's incredible actually. But so she'd shout at me because I did a lot of my tattoos myself.
Did you steal her stuff or something?
No, Jesus, I would never touch her stuff. No, I would never let me near
You're
it.
going to have to get your other arm done when we start using drop A.
I know, and I'll just get that tuning on this arm. But it's because I like every show I was asking, what tuning are we in again? Because I'm always tuning everything to different
Yeah.
tunings. Like I play in so many different tunings for so many different things. And it used to
Drop
rack my
C,
head.
And you have it tattooed on
I
there.
have it tattooed on me and I
So is it
didn't have to ask anymore.
C, G, F.
Yeah, literally, just tattooed there. Just did it myself. Don't kill me back.
So
And,
if you guys ever change tunings, what are you going to do? Get
I
another-
will tell you what. Do you know what
on
it
your
is?
other wrist?
Funny you say
See,
that,
my
Pete.
my first ever proper band that actually like was successful was Nocturnal Trip. Back when I was a teenager, I was a literal like we were kids. We did not know like how freaking good we were at the time, and that was the tune we played into. So it's like kind of like sentiment. That tuning's sentimental to me.
Well, Drop
Do you know
C,
what I mean?
it's a good one.
It's a damn good tuning, you know.
If only one of our new songs wasn't in drop A. Oh
Yeah.
no.
I
Oh,
can't wait to
dear.
do drop A though. Like
Would you ever experiment with getting like a 5-string?
I would love to, but
But then what would you tune your 5th string to?
I don't know, anything. Just
have
there.
it
Just there. I don't have to
Just
tattoo all the
always
tunings on now. Like, it's just that because it is I love that tune and it's sentimental to me. That's what we
Just
started
have
out
song
as.
names like this song's in this tuning.
I actually don't have any song names on me that I can think of. Only Fleetwood Mac lyrics and stuff like that there. Cyndi
that's
Lauper
great.
lyrics, like none of my own, no.
Brilliant. So what kind of amp setup do you use?
I don't use an amp.
Would you use a amp module?
So it's just like DI'd, and I just at home to practice I use monitor speakers. So I do, or I just go straight through my wee Mac and stuff like that there and put it through my speakers. And same with the piano. I used to have a bass amp, but this is what I did. Me being me and silly, decided, yeah, I'm going to play my loop pedal, and I'm going to run like 7 tracks of guitar, maybe 2 piano, 1 bass, and then drums all through the one pedal with 5 layers of vocals, and it blew up.
Of course.
Because it's a bass amp, so don't do that, kids. Yeah, and I haven't found anyone able to fix it, and I've brought it to so many people. I spent so much money on that.
There you go. There's a challenge if someone out there
yeah,
thinks
can
they
fix it. It's fried, guys. It's
free Teras
fried.
t-shirt if you can fix it.
Can you get more than a free Teras t-shirt? Like, you know what I mean? I'll give you a hug and a crystal and everything.
And money.
Maybe money too, you know, depending how broke I am. But no, I just I use an old guitar pedal. It's actually not even for bass. It's for my guitar.
Yeah.
But it has everything on it. It's no Boss pedal.
Yeah, it's the ME50.
Yeah, like literally not broken, don't fix it, you know.
So you run through that, and how do you get your sound then? What do you put through it? And
I have I have a distortion pedal and a wah pedal, and I have that and a wee bit of delay sometimes depending on where I'm playing and what we're playing. I have different settings for different songs, and I just have them already set up so I can just click on them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it's handy enough. So, but I love the wah pedal. But for recording Dystopia, the bass part of Dystopia, Josh actually put like a drumstick in the wah pedal so that it got the perfect sound, so it couldn't go any further than the sound.
Okay.
And I recorded it using fingerless gloves to get the silk sound.
Yeah.
So my tone to get by recording was just got by using gloves.
Yeah.
I shit you not, it changed the whole tone of it and the whole sound of it, just
Did
fingerless
you
gloves.
Have that in mind, or how'd you get that sound? Did you
I
experiment
was
with it?
freezing, and I was just freezing.
You have to be below like freezing.
Yeah,
Black
I was.
stuff.
I was foundered, yeah, and I was foundered, and I had the gloves on. I was like, I wonder what that sounds like. I played it, and it sounded really beautiful. I was like, flip, that sounds really nice.
That's cool.
And I'll send you the video. Like I recorded the whole song then in the gloves. Like I could do this from now on, you know. So it worked. So yeah.
Excellent. So,
100%.
Yep. Brilliant. So the fingerless gloves.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, who'd have thought of
I
that?
was just cold.
New techniques being discovered here.
It worked so well, though. It really did. It got a really nice silky sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're dialing in your tone, then how do you generally set your EQ up? Do you give a lot of mids, a lot of lows?
No. So not too much highs and not too much lows either. I'm kind of similar around the mid range. Same on my vocals actually.
Yeah.
So my vocals are more mid. I just have like my mid and high here, and I actually turn my low up because I don't have a low. I don't have too much low, and depending on that, like so whenever you were singing, I would turn his highs down.
Yeah.
And lows mid, and mids just mid, and my boy they don't have to touch anything. Like he can change his voice.
He shouts over everything.
He's got built-in EQ.
Literally, he freaking does, you know. But yeah, kind of a push towards more low end and high end always.
That's cool.
No matter what I do, even in guitar, I would always push towards the low end.
Brilliant. So you use the ME50. Have you got your eye on anything else? You looking to upgrade at any point?
I would like to upgrade my entire setup.
So what's your dream setup then?
I want to get that, as I said, a custom guitar or custom bass guitar.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I haven't really looked into the pedals. There's a couple of pedals I looked into by a guy called Rafferty, and he does like custom pedals that I've looked into. And
Cool. And what would you like your custom pedals to do? What would they be for?
I would like, obviously I love my wah, right?
Pitch shifter.
Pitch shifter is something that I really want to look into for the job edge tuning, so I don't have to change the bass. But if I had 2 basses, it'd be cool too.
You know what? Yeah,
It's a good excuse.
Working with some guys who have these drop pedals.
Yeah.
And instead of changing guitars to do another song in another key, they literally
Just pitch shifter.
pitch
That's
shift it
what
up
he
and down.
has. That's what he has in his camper.
Fucking game changer. Like,
So
really great.
that'd be something handy to do, especially if we're going into dropping or writing drop A songs, which we want to do. And like, yeah, I'd look into that. And there's also there's these pedals out there that are like cat pedals. And like
Yes.
they're like different sounds of like cats, and like it's not just the cat sound as well. They get some really cool sounds, like telephony sounds and buzzy sounds. And I'd love to get some of them just for novelty, though.
Can you program in your own cat? Like,
That'd be so cool. Oh my god, that'd be so cool. You've just given me a good idea.
yeah.
In an old
Hey,
song.
talk less.
My cat is in a tune actually, in a couple of drum and bass tunes out there.
Oh, nice.
They're released out there. They're just they're like I'll not even mention them, but they're out there. They are out there. My old cat Maggie, we shouted to be Maggie.
Cats and gotten more singles out.
Yeah, I was literally at AVA dancing to my cat in the crowd like, this is my cat. You know, it's so cool. I thought it'd be cool to put some cats and dogs into it. I want to put my bird. But my crows are in a song, you know, Rain. So at the start of Rain and our intro, it's actually a guy called Alan Porter that wrote that, and it's the sound of the shower, the sound of his vocals. He does some amazing like monkey vocals. He does like this meditation, puts himself into a state and can get the that's not how it sounds, okay? And like these really cool vocals, and he's a genius on the piano. He's actually my first drummer in Nocturnal Trip, but he's my piano player too for a lot of stuff. Genius on the piano, can make it sing, talk, everything. But Rain is just the crows and their sample of my crows, sample of his voice, and just the shower. That's how we got all that sound. So we did, and then
really cool.
Yeah, and
so did you record these at home and then bring them into the studio?
Yeah, we just brought them into the studio and stuff too. And
how'd you record it? Just like a
through the phone,
mic?
a phone. I am through a wee thing called N-Track. Have you heard of it? On your phone, you can like record some stuff. N-Track. It's like it's really good if you haven't got it. Do it. It's good for taking samples and stuff.
Brilliant.
I sample everything, and for our intro as well, it's all just his vocal, and the sound of the drums is his ring hitting off a table. So it is, and it sounds like drums. He's just reverbed it and added a load of effects on it. And if you're ever at a show and you hear our intro, like you'll hear it. It sounds like something you'd find at a Tibetan monk hill or something, you know.
That's so cool.
So it's really cool. I like authenticity.
Yeah,
you know.
Brilliant. So what else would be in the dream setup? You talked about the Poland guitars, the custom pedals. What about
wireless mic?
Then wireless mic,
Yeah, amplifier. I don't know. I kind of like not having an amp. It's kind of handy showing up with just your bass and pedals.
Well, you can get modulators.
I want to get something like the way you've got. Yeah, like something handy that you can carry about.
Your luggage wouldn't change. You would just have another wee floor unit with stomp boxes on it.
Something like that. Something to look into and something to think of. But again, depends how we'll go going forward. Because if I do get a custom bass, I'll stick to bass. But if not, I'm considering maybe bringing somebody in the future, you know, so it depends. But regardless, I still want my own custom bass.
It's where we get like 500 messages like, I play bass. And you're like, hold on.
Not just yet. I have people in mind that if I was going to do, I would reach out to them. I already have
people can
people
chill
in
out
mind.
with the applications.
You know, so I know who I would have in mind. Like, you know,
That's
it's
cool.
It's the same before. Like as soon as I got you, like you see the applications that we got for Teras as well, and it was all after the fact I'd already got George.
Yeah.
But thank Fred, because he worked with us really, really well. Like I got so many applications for Teras for the guitar, the amount of people, and it was really nice to know that people wanted to play with us or play our music. It was really cool. I was like, frick, I'm chuffed, really chuffed. You know.
That's cool.
So it's
Then
cool,
you
brother.
got stuck with me.
Any kind of wireless mic in particular you would want to go for? Do you have you read up on any?
I asked, there's a friend of mine, a singer, actually, a really good singer, you probably know of her, Amy Montgomery. She's over in Germany at the minute doing her thing. She's a kick-ass woman, so she is. She's admirable. Admirable, is that a right word? Yeah. Admirable and empowering. And she actually inspires me a lot because I like to see somebody from here do really well for themselves.
Yeah,
I love to see it, and I'm like, yes, get it, freaking get it, you know. And it makes you think, well, frick, maybe I can do this too, you know. Maybe other people can do this too. And but she uses some mics, and she told me, but I forget now. I should have wrote it down. But I'll get back onto her. If anyone has any suggestions, please do DM me.
Yeah, brilliant. And then that would be everything. Then you wouldn't, after your wireless mic, wireless bass, no other dream equipment you want to add?
I would like lights.
Lights, your own lights.
Like a light thing. I would love lights. We've been talking about it a lot. I've seen some shows where their light performance really is hypnotizing and cool. I would love to add that. And I want to do a thing. I'm going to try it this Friday. Hopefully try this Friday. Don't hold it against me if I don't.
Yeah.
I want candlelight, but not obviously you can't go for real candlelight.
Yes.
So sticking to the witchy coveney kind of theme for the intro and stuff. I just love loads of fake candles around the side of the stage.
Ones.
That's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
Less chance of burning the place down.
100%. I could never do real candles anyway, but I'd love to do that. And then I would love to do that on stage and have a bigger stage,
go for the
more
visuals,
theatrical.
You've got like a great sound. And get the visuals
got the performance.
going.
I would love to and go more into it, like more theatrical, and it'd be so cool. It'd be cool to have a really Jonathan Davis from Korn. How much is his microphone? Millions or something?
Oh yeah, it's like
I touched that. I freaking touched that. I touched it. Right, that microphone has boobs on it. That's so cool. Like,
it's cool.
It's such a cool microphone. I love that band. Korn was actually one of my favourite bands from I was 4.
Korn.
I've listened in from I was 4.
I've seen Korn a few times.
Yeah, so have I. So have I so many times. Actually, loads of times.
I haven't seen them yet.
I flew overseas to see them so many times.
Korn
I
are
love
amazing.
them. My first song I ever heard of theirs was "Y'all Want a Single." My dad played it in the car, and me and my sisters, like, were only tiny wee kids. My dad was teaching us how to headbang and like sing along to
I
it.
got to see them in the Untouchables tour,
Yeah.
in the RDS. Got to meet them all after, which was cool. And then
Wait, whoa, hold up! You met them?
I've got like all these photographs of like little 16-year-old fucking nerdy me, and then
That is so. I'm nerding out right now. What are you talking about?
I have to find a picture.
Please,
Like,
that is so good. Like, you should have started with that.
know.
You should have started with that. I have the drumstick. That's like and I've had it from I think I was 15. I first seen Korn when I was 15, and I borrowed my friend's ID because it's an 18 show. And I went with my auntie because she promised me to bring me to a metal show when she come home. She lived in America my whole life, and then came over here. We were back and forth to America a lot. And she came over here and we went to a Korn show, and I borrowed an ID to get in, and it was one of the most surreal experiences of my life. And I full on fought somebody over that drumstick, Didn't
where-
throw any digs.
where
I
was
was
that
in the Mandela.
Oh, Mandela, yeah.
Yeah, like way back when.
That's when they did the dubstep.
Yeah, and he came out when he was on everything. So he was, and he had like his black eyes, and he came out
Yeah.
because when he's not well because he's skinny at the time, and he came out, but it was class. I loved it. I love everything that man does. He's a big inspiration to me. Like, I just love his weird vocals. I live for it. Like, and there's a
I can't wait
band.
to see them.
Yeah, there's a band I've been listening to recently, and their breakdown of New Daily. They're called Bloodywood, in
Yes.
indie metal. Freaking
Yeah.
unreal.
Yeah,
Like,
amazing.
Everybody's heard of these
oh
guys.
God, I
I'm
love
just
them.
like,
Right.
They've kind of blew up virally.
I love
online,
them, right.
and now they're doing all the big festivals.
Yeah, they're so good. Like, if you didn't think music would get heavier, and then you add Indian indigenous drums, it gets
really
heavier.
Works. It works as a funky groove to
It
the
makes
chugging
it heavier.
riff.
I
It
was like,
does.
and their
kinda like-
lyrics are so positive.
Check it out. Everyone should check out Bloodywood. if you
Please
haven't
do,
yet.
yeah.
George, you especially.
George,
Yeah.
but
Homework.
there's a song
Is it kind
called.
of like Sepultura then? That
It's
kind
like
of-
Corn.
No?
It reminds
like
me of
Korn.
Corn.
It's not like anything else that's happened
It
before.
does. They do sound very Corn like, only Indian Corn. Right, because there's parts of
Right.
it, like his vocals, like your singer, like there's a rapper and a singer, but the singer's vocals are insane. The stuff
Yeah.
that he does
No,
with
I
him
think I have. Is the video on like a train?
a car and a
millions of
train and
videos or
everything.
something.
Yeah,
Loads of videos.
I think I've seen a video of it.
the lyrics are really positive too, which is really refreshing. You know, I love that band. It's a good band.
Awesome. Well, so you play bass and you sing as well. Mm-hmm.
try.
How do you approach like balancing the technical demands of playing bass with delivering a strong vocal performance?
It can be difficult. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. I find it easier to play guitar and sing.
Yes,
I'm not gonna lie.
I find that too because
Right, a lot of
when you're
people
playing
think it's
guitar,
opposite.
you can dance a little bit more on the
Yeah,
rhythm.
yeah.
When you're playing the bass, you are the rhythm.
Exactly,
Like,
so-
you don't just fuck with it.
And my rhythm goes hand in hand. A lot of what I do rhythmically goes hand in hand exactly with what Bodie's doing on
Mm-hmm.
the bass drum. And like, we will make sure that we're on point together that way.
So it's just down to tight rehearsals.
Yeah, it's down type rehearsals, and that's something we do, and I am very, very adamant on. I don't like missing a practice. If I could, I'd practice 3 times a week.
Yeah.
You know, only for the fact that you guys have really demanding jobs and stuff like that. There, we can't, and for the money too. Like, but I love practicing. I am not a strong musician. I don't believe in the word talent. There's no such fucking thing as talent. There's only dedication.
Yeah.
Right? And you can only ever get better at music. There's no end game to it either. Like, there's no, you're the best at the piano. You're the end. You can only get better, which is something that's so beautiful for anybody with autism, ADHD to learn.
There is no end.
There is no end. There's no end game, so I can always progress. And the thing with me is that I need to progress. I need to learn, constantly feed my spongy brain,
Yeah.
constantly. But with that, with singing and bass as well at the same time, and practice, as I said, it's practice is what I mean.
Yeah.
And I practice at home. I practice with these guys. I practice other people's songs too. Like, I'm just constantly playing it, and I build up muscle memory.
There's practice and there's rehearsals. You know, you rehearse with your band, but you practice by
Yeah,
yourself. You should be
exactly.
practicing every day.
100%.
Like, what's your practicing setup? Have you got like
At
a little-
home?
microphone and amp and everything?
I have everything in my living room. Like that, as I say, we practice in my living room. I live out in Arsh nowhere. I've no neighbours to annoy. I can play drums at 3:00 in the morning and annoy nobody.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah, and I do. Now, I do have a brother that lives with me now, and
Yeah.
he works nights, so I try not to play it during the day. But
You
he's
should hold some all night ragers and like.
yeah, 100%. But like we come to my house and played music to ridiculous hours in the morning. Like, we don't even drink or do nothing. We're just sitting there eating good food and like playing music.
I think
That's
when
a lot of the
first-
writing process
I think when
too.
I first joined Teras to try and like learn the songs for like the first show, because it was sort of like a, you'll be playing like, I think it was like the end of March or something. Like, you'll be playing the end of March, and
Yeah.
then they're like, I know we actually need to play the 15th of March. So I was like, okay.
You gotta hurry it
So
up.
I think the first night I went to her house, it was it me and Steve-O? And like, I didn't leave her house till like 4 a.m.
Just to get the songs down.
Because she lives in like the arsehole of nowhere. I think it took me like an hour to get back to Belfast, and then I was
It
like,
takes me 2 hours to get to your
am
house.
I was done. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but singing and playing bass, I'm going to be completely honest, completely honest. If I cannot play something, rather than play it wrong, like say I'm having a bad day or whatever, or if I don't think I can do something or I haven't perfected it, I drop out.
Okay.
I just completely drop out.
Or even do a
or root
simplified
notes,
version.
root notes, right? I try not to just play root notes. So
That's what I was going
I
to
like
ask you.
melody.
So I notice in the second half of the chorus in Sovereign, there's like a really cool bass run.
Yeah.
While you're singing, like,
Yeah.
is that one of the parts you might?
It's in the courses as well. No, I can
Yeah.
play that and sing.
Oh,
So this is the
cool.
weird
That's
thing.
impressive.
Thank you. Somebody else actually said the Foreign Wolf bass player actually came up and said that to me. He was like, "How do you play that and sing at the same time?"
Yeah.
I can play the harder stuff and sing at the same time, but you see the simpler, repetitive stuff.
Aye.
That's when I have to think.
Right.
I am not joking. It's the repetitive, simple stuff. I
More
really,
sort of when you're driving that rhythm and locking it
Yeah.
in, but when you get into do sort of like
when
a
I'm
more
doing
of a
this,
lead run.
because you know why I can. You know the only reason I can play that and that chorus and sing at the same time. I must have played that until I was falling asleep playing it.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. Like I was playing it at the point I don't even have to. If I can't play a song without closing my eyes and moving about, I won't play it live, or else I'll drop out and play something simple. Does that make sense? So I'm just going to be honest, and I don't. Instead of trying to be something that I'm not, or trying to do something that I can't do, I'll just drop out and do something. So I would rather play nothing than play something bad.
Yeah.
lucky for some.
I know. Plus, anytime I drop out, I just give him a nod and he'll chunk it up a bit, you know.
Yeah. And it's cool that you guys you can adapt it like
We
that.
literally,
You're
it's,
on the
it's,
ball, you know.
It's good, like you see when you're on stage, it's almost as if we kind of work telepathically, the three of us. Cause like, and then you have Boris, he makes me laugh so much on stage. I break character so much. I try to stay in character, and I'm meant to be like not angry, but like, you know.
Aggressive and assertive.
Yeah.
He's like, he's the only person I have.
But I
ever
laugh all the
seen
time.
Who can like, he can just shout above everything. Like,
He doesn't even need a
mic,
microphone.
He just goes and you can hear
Yeah,
him.
his
Yeah.
voice carries, so it does. He's also like, I remember seeing Fleetwood Mac live and thinking the drummer, like Mick Fleetwood, I couldn't get over his stage presence. Like I love Stevie Nicks, I really do, but like she didn't interact with the crowd whatsoever. Like the crowd might have not as well as been there. She didn't even say hello, nothing.
Yeah.
You know, she sang her song, she did fantastic, brilliant woman. I love her. She's an amazing supreme witch. You know, I have to give her a credit where credit's due. I have her words tattooed on me for God's sake.
Cool.
But Mick Fleetwood is who ran that show.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, that drummer, like he's so cool. Like and he like his speech talking to the crowd the whole way through it, and like his energy was what kept the whole show going. It was all the drummer.
Yeah.
You know, it was cool to see them.
Interesting.
Speaking,
It was really interesting.
Speaking of Boydie shouting over
Boydie
the
does the
drum
same.
kit, when we played in Limelight with the Survivalist boys, I was doing a wee bit of crowd work during Skin. This was like, I'll hold it. It was like me comes back in, so it was like, I'll hold it out. And like, I was just like, come on, getting the crowd going. And all I heard behind me was, go, just fucking go.
Just do it.
I was like,
Just do
okay.
it, start now. Because he gets
Okay.
swanks
Like,
now. And he's
yeah.
like, do it.
Straight up.
Brilliant.
Oh, what a guy.
Oh, he is a dude and a half, like.
That's brilliant. So, do you find any of your songs are more challenging than others? Have you
Yeah,
any?
100%. Dystopia used to be challenging for me when I first wrote it. I was like, why did I do this?
Yeah.
You know, because I wrote it separately to singing, and the lyrics came before the bass in that song.
Okay.
You know,
So you haven't
'cause
thought about marrying them together?
I'd written the lyrics first, and then the melody line was the last thing. So the lyrics were written first, then I'd written the bass, and then I'd made a melody line to stick on top of the actual music.
Yeah.
But because I'd written them separately and not thought about them, I was like, how am I going to do this? But I did. I just practice and practice and practice. It was more so the end, we bass solo part of Dystopia. The thing that caught me out is, see, from playing piano for years and bass for years and repetitive strain, I get hand cramps on stage.
Oh, no.
Worst fear. You see, whenever your hand starts doing this and you're like,
Yeah.
it happened to me one time on stage and I was so mad that I think of a video of it. I literally had to stop playing my fingers and just use my thumb.
Yeah.
And I was and my hand was cramping. I was in agony and I was just hitting it with my thumb. And I don't know how I managed to do it, but I did. I couldn't do it again if I tried, you know, but needs must and adrenaline,
Yeah.
you know. But other than that, there's the verse of Sovereign took me a while.
Sorry.
I still no, it's not that. It's because I'm not playing what you play at all. Like you know, like the bass and the guitar don't play the same at all in that song, apart from in the middle eight. That's it, and the end bit. It's when I wrote it, I was trying to write something against the thing on the bass instead of always just playing the root notes. I wanted to write its own melody lines, and even till now, I still struggle to sing that and
Painted
play it.
yourself into a corner a bit.
But it's easier than the chorus.
Okay.
It's so easy to play. It's just a couple of notes and like dun and dun and dun and dun. And I still to this day struggle a wee bit to sing and play it. I'm not gonna lie, like you know, I know my weaknesses, I know my strengths.
Do you have any particular techniques to help your bass align with your vocal delivery? Like sort of when I get to this word, do this, or
No, I don't think of it really like
choreograph
that.
with yourself.
No, unfortunately, I don't. I probably should.
Yeah.
It'd make my life a lot easier, but I don't because I always want everything to be the best it can. If it comes to it, as I said before, if I have to simplify something, I will.
Yeah.
But it annoys me if I have to do that,
Okay.
because I get annoyed at myself. I'm like, and I try because I want to try better myself. But as I say, like needs must. And I always ask you first. It wasn't until we got into the studio, though, that the guys heard my bass. And because I just kept asking, is it okay if I play this over this part? Does it sound weird? Does it go against it? Like, what do you think of this? Is it okay if I play this instead of what you're playing there? Like this and that. He got into the studio, recorded it, and him and Bodie were like, I didn't realise how kick-ass that bass actually was on that course. And I was like, I'm trying to tell you.
When it comes in the first verse, it's like the ba 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 ba. Like, yeah, I like it.
So, but I'm not, as I said, I'm not a strong musician, so I have to work extra hard to be a good musician. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like really, I have to work really hard. My forte is piano. Okay, I'm not a good piano player because I couldn't read what's sitting in front of me, but I can play stuff and make stuff up. But when it comes to bass and stuff, I have to work really hard.
Yeah. Do you have any particular sort of warm-up techniques?
Do you know, what do you call those hand things that you
Really
use?
squeezy, springy things?
Yeah, I
those?
use those. It was actually Adam Porter got me one because I was complaining about carpal tunnel so much and I was constantly doing hand stretches, and my worst fear is getting carpal tunnel or something. And those really make a difference. So I'll do those on the days leading up to practice and on the practice days and gig days to try and strengthen both my hands because to stop cramping and stuff. Other than that, no, I don't really have any other techniques that I can think of.
No?
No. I just at practice trying to hit it sometimes and snapping, that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
And I do this thing. I don't know if it's normal though. You used to see me do it where I use my pinky and my thumb instead. Like I do this on the top string
Like a calculator.
to get extra notes in.
Okay.
So instead of just having this and this, it's like this. I don't know how to explain it, but I get a few extra notes in by doing it. And
Awesome.
I don't know if that's a weird thing or not, or if it's a
Me floppy fish.
we floppy fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool.
So-
Awesome. Any learnings taken then? Any advice you would pass on to anyone else for doing bass and vocals at the same time?
Don't. I'm only kidding. I am kidding.
up now. If
No,
you don't
don't give
try,
up
then
now.
you
Do
can't
it.
fail.
Best advice I can give you is just don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get fed up or frustrated too easily and think I can't do this. Start thinking what can make me do this. What can I do to actually make this easier to be able to do it? And when you're singing on bass, it is harder because you're doing the rhythm and stuff, but just learn both your parts really well, And when I'm singing, as I said, I don't sing anything that doesn't mean anything to me. So it's all coming from here and it's more passion driven than technically driven.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
So that's the only advice I can think of.
Pretty cool.
Just do it. Just don't put yourself down.
Just
And
Shia LaBeouf.
keep doing it.
Yeah.
People get frustrated with music because they want to learn something. They want it to sound like that right now, right here and right now. I want it to sound like this right now.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm not Carl. I'll do it for hours, days, hundreds of hours until my hands hurt. As long as I can get it eventually. It's the same with skateboarding. Skateboarding, like how many times do you try a trick over and over again and you'll hurt yourself. You'll have bruises. Like my legs are banjacks from trying stupid tricks, like, you know what I mean? And some I've only landed once or twice, and that once or twice is enough to be like, okay, I'll try it again.
Yeah.
It's the same with music.
Awesome.
So
Cool.
only advice I can think of.
That's great to take away.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for all the info on your bass.
No problem.
We'll talk now to George and ask about
Fine.
your,
Go for it.
your
Yes.
guitars.
Talk for a bit.
Yeah. So
Okay.
what model and brands of guitars are you using at the minute?
At the minute with Teras, just because we're only using the one tune, it's only one guitar. So
Yeah.
mostly using my Ormsby at the minute.
Nice.
The Green Machine LTD has finally been retired.
Has it?
Yeah, it's too heavy for live. Like you
Really
felt that
heavy.
thing, but that thing did work. Like that was the whole way through Delusional Silence.
Yeah.
That thing's
Yeah.
been everywhere. I think it had like pretty decent pickups and all on it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seymour Duncan Sentience and
That's what I
Pegasus, I think it
Oh,
had on
very
it.
nice. Yeah.
So it had pretty good gear, but as you know, probably the both of you from like holding it, it's way too heavy.
I could imagine doing a show, like a full show with that.
Oh, here, don't. So
No.
after that, I got the Headless Ibanez, the Quest.
Nice.
I did it in a couple of shows with Delusional, didn't I? Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
used
took
that.
it
I
to
used that for D standard when we
England
played that. Yeah, pretty bog standard. That like just has
Cool.
the Quest pickups. But then, yeah, moved to Ormsby. Have wanted one for ages. Just the look of them, they're just class guitars. So when I first bought it, I panicked a bit because I was gonna get one off Gear for Music, and I was like,
Yeah.
they didn't really have any of the colours, but like Ormsby obviously have all of the colours. So it's like, I'll go on and have a look, and I went on. It was like 2,200, and I was like, "Oh, these are ridiculous."
dear,
And then it was like Australian dollars, and then I did a conversion rate, and I was like, "Oh, it's only like 1,200." So yeah, I got an Ormsby. So I got one of the Hype GTRs. I think it's run 18. Does that sound right?
Run
Yeah.
18. Yeah.
I think it's run
Yeah.
18. It's either 17 or 18. Can't remember.
Brilliant.
Took about 4 weeks to come. I was on to them like
Yeah.
every day. Like, please, where is it?
What kind of pickups is that rocking?
It just has the Ormsby ones, so I
Yeah.
think they're Concordia and Blizzards in them.
Brilliant.
Well remembered.
Is this active
I
or
would
passive?
say-
Do my research.
Yeah.
They're passive.
Passive.
I had to think about that.
Yeah.
That's bad. Yeah, passive pickups. I think there's not much else. Selector switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What
Wee
kind
splitter
of
thing.
kind of strings are you using? What gauges?
So at the minute, I'm using elixirs.
Yeah. Nice.
They're 10 through 46, I
Cool.
think.
10s.
But I'm thinking of switching the Dario just
Yeah.
to try them because everybody keeps telling me to use them. And I'm like, but
Would you ever go up to 11s or 12s? Because for drop C,
with drop C,
you can do that.
with my
go
Ormsby, it's fan fret.
Okay.
So you get a bit more tension anyway. So you
Nice.
can tend to, like, you can even use 9s. And
Yeah.
it still feels good. So, because I remember I put the 10s on, I was like, this feels really tight. But no, just with it having fan fret, I think going any more would be, it would just feel weird.
Yeah.
It would feel
How do you
really-
find using the fan fret guitar?
No different.
No different.
Anybody, like,
It doesn't feel different to play, but how does it sound different? What's the main appeal of it for you?
It just sounds, you just get a bit more grunt off the lower strings, I think. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if it's like I'm making that up or I'm just imagining it, but it just sounds like you get more of that, like sort of pop sound you would get. Like you get a bit more of that, and you have a bit more room to move. I like it more for like if you're doing like bar chords, because that's the only thing really that'll feel different on the fan fret. So
Okay. How does
you're
it feel different then? Does it feel easier?
yeah, I think it feels easier. You're
Mm-hmm.
probably like,
Why?
It's because you've got bigger hands, probably you can spread out a bit more.
it's-
Yeah.
instead of having to hold your like hand perfectly straight, you can angle it a wee bit, so it feels a bit more.
Like this, I suppose, as opposed to like this.
Yeah, it feels a bit more natural or something.
Okay,
so
brilliant.
I've just preferred it ever since I got it. You hate it.
I hate learning from it just because when he's playing new songs and I'm trying to figure out what he's playing,
What frets are there?
I'm like, wait, hang on a wee second. Like,
They're all
especially,
skewed. Yeah.
especially no glasses on. Like, I can't see the best times. And I'm sitting there like, wait, hold on a wee second. What is that?
Yeah,
So,
so
but
that's
it's
what I'm
class.
rocking at the minute. Just the Ormsby,
Cool.
and I love it to pieces.
And then from that, you go wireless, don't you? You use the Legatos.
Yes.
Is that
No, I've upgraded since
Oh, you've
then.
upgraded?
So
Cool,
I've
we
got
on
the
that.
positive grid ones now.
That's because I got the same ones.
Yeah. I told Hunter
yeah.
my strict instructions were me and Chris had the same ones. They don't really work
So
together.
you don't get the same one.
Don't get the same ones.
I sent you a link. I was like, I'm going to get these.
No, you didn't send me a link. You're just like, you sent me like a message like, oh, look what I've just bought and they arrive
Yeah,
tomorrow.
the
And I'm
same
like,
one.
the same one. So it's like, I'm going to upgrade anyway because
So what do you do about your bandwidth sort of?
I use leads if we're,
yeah,
if we're both playing wireless.
leads.
Did it
but
conflict then?
not anymore.
Anymore.
Now that I've got the positive grid ones, they're fine. I kind of needed them anyway because the Ormsby has like a hidden input
Yes.
behind the guitar, and the Legato ones didn't really fit. So
I was sticking
the wee sort of stick ones.
And they're
are a wee
easily
bit
knocked
better.
out.
And they're easy knocked out.
Yeah.
My hand literally knocked it out.
I can't believe you did that.
I know, live on stage. You can see it happening though. You can see like I'm just
Secure it
jumping
with
about.
tape.
And
I loved how the bit in like that video where I'm just like I point at it on the floor and you go like this to like the volume knob and I'm like no the floor. What are you thinking?
Brilliant.
It was
Brilliant.
funny though.
That's funny.
Made for a good video.
Cool. So yeah, you go from the Hornsby wireless and then you go to the Kemper floor
Straight
rig. It's an impressive gadget you have there.
It is impressive.
It is something, yeah.
What made you go for that one?
I think I just always heard of them.
Yeah. There wasn't any particular guitarist using them or anything. Or?
Not really. I just knew like I knew when we were with Delusional Silence. Obviously, they were sort of like, oh, you need to get. Or when we were
Something.
touring, we needed to get our playing shows. We needed to have like the cab and stuff. So I was like, oh, I'll just get a PV and like, have a cab. See, by the time I priced it, I was like, I might as well just get a camper. So
Yeah.
just went for it. I know there's like quad cortex and all them boyos, but like they look wild confusing. Like
They are.
Oh.
Yeah. The last episode we had on, we had Pete from Ireland.
yeah,
He was
seen
showing
his,
us
and I
his.
was like, what
Yeah.
is this?
They're not as complicated as you'd think.
It's probably
It's
one of
very
them, yeah.
easy user face touchscreen on it. All the wee buttons on it are actually knobs as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool feature.
Yeah.
I would love one as well, but they're dear. Like
Yeah, so no, I just I seen the campers and I'd heard people talking about them. I was like, why not? And I
That's
sort of got
what
them at the
we're
right time because I think that Fender Tone Master had came out and it all went down in price a wee bit, so I got
Yeah.
it a wee bit cheaper. So
Excellent.
Too bad.
Excellent. What when you're using the Kemper, what profiles and amp models are your sort of go-tos?
I'm a big Steely boy. I
Yeah.
am terrible at making my own, so a lot of mine are just a mixture of Josh Middleton's and John Brown's.
Yeah.
Just the go-to, like all our. I think the only thing I really did with our like sort of distortiony overdrive was put a noise gate on it.
That's the great thing about using the modeler.
Yeah.
You can literally just download a tone that you already know you like.
That's it.
and
Like a lot of
make
the
it your
John
own.
Brown stuff, like it's a lot of the stuff off like their new album and stuff for like Monuments and all. So it's like perfect. You're just like
Fucking
brilliant.
cool.
How cool is that you can do that now, like,
And that's great.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So easy. And I think how they do them as well, like instead of them just making it, they actually record. So they'll put the mic up to like a cab and then the amp and then record it and make a sample from that and then like move the mic about in the cab and stuff. I think Josh Middleton did a video on it one time and I was like, yeah.
Yep.
That's cool. Do you use any of the custom impulse responses for the cab sounds, or do you stick to the built-in ones?
Just stick to the built-in ones.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't
If it ain't
fix it.
broke, don't fix it.
Excellent. How do you organize in and switch between your patches and your profiles? Do you have like
we're
racks laid out or what?
we're quite lucky at the minute where like a lot of our songs, sort of the 5 tones that I have on it are
Yeah.
all the same. Starting to get to the point now where it's like I might need to make another one.
Yeah.
So we only have the 2 at the minute, so it's like all our drop C stuff and then all our drop A stuff. So it's
Yeah.
sort of mixing it with nothing written in drop A yet. Well,
Well,
but once we move that, it's sort of just switching between the 2
Yeah.
because the tone off that is just, it's fine. There's no reason to change it. If it's not
Brilliant.
broke, don't fix
yep.
it.
Are there any specific effects in the Kemper you rely on? Not just the amp modeling. Do you go for choruses, delays, any sort of modulations?
We had one when we played Rain for a while, and I don't have it on that, but it was like really strange. It was kind of like a choir singing.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, oh, like
I know the
that
one you're
kind of
talking
thing.
about.
But like, what I was doing was if you hit it with the side of the pick, it makes like a really weird, like sort of ghosty, spooky sort of sound thing.
Yeah.
So I was using that at the end of Rain for a while. Don't use it anymore
Why not?
because I need to finish Rain now.
But you can finish and then just use that, just as we outro.
No, I've changed it now. It's
No.
else on it. I'm being shouted at, Pete.
No.
I changed my tones. Sorry.
We
Sorry,
change the
guys.
tones. That's cool. Do you integrate this with any other effects pedals, or do you just have everything in
No.
one unit?
Everything in the camper.
cool.
There's no point like having other pedals. The only thing really would be a wah
Because it
pedal.
has everything in it, doesn't it?
Has everything in it,
if
so
you
there's
need a
no-
delay, you've got it.
That's it. And as I say, like the only thing would be like maybe a wah pedal,
Yeah.
just to have. But then it's like bringing extra stuff to shows and
love
all.
my
Like I
wah
like
pedal.
the fact that like having a camper is you bring the camper in a bag and you bring your guitar and you can just play anywhere.
Yep.
Cool. So for Sovereign, how did you prepare for recording your guitar parts in the studio? Do you have
Absolutely played it 1,001 times.
rehearsed it down?
The
Pretty
point where
much.
you
Yeah, I just played it over and over again. I think once we sort of had it, once we got the structure and everything of it right, it was sort of like, that's perfect. We don't need to really change anything. So
Yeah.
I had been playing it like that for months anyway. So I was sort of like, yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Meanwhile, Hunter was...
What kind of
It's
tone or
so
sound were you aiming for then when you went in? Did you just use your exact camper, or did you play with Josh's?
No,
voice?
Josh. The sounds that I use live on the camper are completely different from Josh's. Josh was like, this will sound really good. And I just was like, trust him.
Yeah.
Have 100% faith in Josh. He just knew what he's doing. I was like, yeah, these sound cool.
Excellent.
But then live, I just go to the camper ones. Sound a wee bit different. They're a bit more, I think they sound a bit better live. There's a bit more like bass or something to them. So it sounds slightly
Cool.
better live.
That's class, man. Did you track your guitar parts live? Did you layer them up? How did you go about putting them in?
I think it was, did we double tracked it, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure we had to.
Yeah, I think we just double tracked it.
Did you stereo them and left them right? And
Yeah, so a lot of it was, most of it was done sort of like 2 playthroughs.
Yeah, we
only
did
bit-
that so quick. as
The only
well.
bit is in like after the sort of second like quiety bit, it comes in, there's a guitar in the background doing like a weird like distorted note. It's like, or like dissonant or something. That's the only thing that we added in. That was again Josh's idea. So Josh,
Excellent.
good guy.
yeah, he's quite the producer. He's,
He knows. Like he was just
he
like
knows what he's
straight
doing.
in. He's like, do this, and I was like, sweet. And it sounded
cool.
amazing.
Did you encounter any challenges when you were nailing your guitar parts in the studio? Any unforeseen problems come up? Or?
Really. really. Like, I think the guitars were done pretty quick.
No, my bass
Oh, your bass
broke.
stopped working.
Oh shit!
So
yeah.
yeah, literally, the wires. I had to get it fixed. What do you call the guys I got it fixed by? What do you call their page?
you
And
got
I
it
give them a shout out. They're just usually start
The
out.
guys that fixed Teras.
Yes, in the Belfast scene, they're a new guitar company in the Belfast scene. The guys from Dirt Cheap.
It's like warehouse
Oh, no.
or something.
What do you call them? Flip me, I should have wrote this
I
down.
don't know.
If I can remember, I'll remember.
Don't
and
worry,
he'll give me a
we'll-
shout out.
We'll have it printed on
But
screen.
Sorry,
they
we'll pop it up.
fixed
That'll
they
be on
fixed
my
my bass.
hand
They
here.
did,
These
and
guys.
really quickly too. Really good, reasonable price. But just the
They
wiring.
call out and sort you out there in the studio there and then, or
No, Jesus, no. This was like a week or two after because I just used a guitar that was in the studio, a bass that was in
Okay.
the studio. It was completely different to my own, so it was really strange to play.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't move about just really on it because it didn't. My strings are really
Yeah,
like.
they're like really smooth or something.
My
your
strings are really smooth
Uh-huh,
and like
and these were a bit rough.
almost feel oily. So when I'm
Uh-huh.
moving about the fretboard, there's no problem. I can literally.
Mm-hmm.
But on this, I was like, like almost
Yeah.
sandpaper, and so it was a wee bit harder. And I didn't play the bass exactly how I wanted to, but I worked around it.
Okay.
I'd worked around it, and I've now changed the way I play it to suit to the song. So it
That's
isn't
really
originally exactly how I played it.
It's all about how you adapt and deal
Yeah, I
with these
had to. I
challenges.
had no, I had no choice. I had to adapt. But we made it work. We tuned his guitar, his bass down, and I think I did it in like 2 takes. 2 takes or
Yeah,
so.
it's quick. It was very.
the-
That's brilliant.
The music of
Yeah.
it was done pretty quick. I think
Really quick,
the
yeah.
majority of it was just getting the vocals right.
Yeah,
there
'cause
was
we did a lot.
load of changes like while we were doing it. I'm like, oh, I'll try this instead.
Yeah,
So
we wanted to just experiment with the vocals when we were there, and we actually did a 1 point experiment where we tried to do like a choir. Using our
Oh,
own voices,
cool.
and it was just the 3 of us in the vocal booth shouting "Bow for your king" in different accents.
Well,
Even Josh
Christopher
got in doing
Walken
it.
and everything, like,
Yeah,
it was-
it's like "Bow for your king, bow." It's like,
It was
it was
weird,
hilarious. It was so fun because we were just like standing in the room, staring at different places.
That's how you get the best parts. You have to experiment.
100%. It was fun. I had a lot of fun
I
doing
think in
it.
the end we didn't
Really
go with
cool.
it. It sounded a bit
It sounded weird at the end, so we
Yeah.
took it out and just went for mine and your vocals on it.
the scream that I would
Yeah.
never be able to replicate again.
Okay, well, you will.
That's
You will,
brilliant.
you will.
Yeah.
you
So
Yeah,
when
well.
you were George, you did vocals on this single as well. So
Mm-hmm.
this was your first time recording vocals, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you go about it? How'd you prepare? What did you do?
I just went and shouted really loud into the mic. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was a sort of, I had to hype myself up a bit. I was like, right, this is going to be on the song. So then did a couple of, I think I'd been talking for quite a bit before
Yeah.
that anyway. So I was like, right, I'm fine. I could just go ahead and just went in. I think we did it. I just got Josh to play it over and over again. And I said, like,
Yeah.
just keep doing it. And I'll just keep screaming it until we got a couple. And then went with the best ones. I don't know how I did the one at the end. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever going to do it again.
It's impressive takes, man. It is
Yeah.
sound brilliant.
But yeah, I don't think I'll ever be able to do it. 'Cause I've never been able to do it live.
Yeah.
But that's only because I think you've set that like you've set that bar up in your head. I think it's a
Do you
self.
think I'm going to like absolutely?
That's what I was going to ask
I
you
think
next.
so.
How are you going to approach balancing that for live with your playing and delivering the vocal now? Is this just a new
I
challenge?
think the screams in the chorus are fine.
Yeah.
The one at the end's a bit. I don't know why I struggle with it.
There's
I
only
think-
one, as I say, I think it's a mental barrier.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's just with what I'm playing on the guitar at the same time. I'm like, whoa. I confuse
yeah.
myself or something. So
Yeah.
we'll give it a go with that one here. And we'll
Yeah,
see.
because I find it easier. I can do it and sing at the same
New year,
time.
new scream and all
But it's handier whenever I get to drop out and just do it.
that. Yeah.
Take
You
any,
know.
take any new learnings away from it after?
Yeah, I think just like looking after my throat a bit better. As you know, I haven't
Bronchitis.
been too well since that show. Do you remember that Metal to Masses?
Oh, I
Remember the one I couldn't do? So I'd been sick from that. Like
Fuck.
literally have only just really got better now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's how bad I was.
Jesus.
So it's like I'm trying to like look after my throat a bit more because it's just been absolutely dead this last year. Like it was like bronchitis and then had like that acid like sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So I've been like,
I think it boosted your confidence doing this single as well, though.
yeah,
Because you're more willing now to do vocals and get on to things a bit better. So
Yeah.
Brilliant.
you got that to take away from it.
That's cool.
he's back.
Is
He's
there
back.
anything you would have done differently, going reflecting back on it, for the whole process for the single?
I don't know. Bertha, just probably had Bertha there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a cool kind of experience not having her there
Just
and to
Bertha.
prove that I could do
do
something
it.
different. Yeah,
Awesome.
but that's the only thing I
The
wouldn't
Bertha
change.
podcast here.
Yeah, leave Bertha.
I don't think would really have changed much. I think it was. Enjoyed the whole thing. It was a good,
100%.
good, and we got the results we wanted. We got the song
excuse
done. It sounds good, and I think it's the main thing.
I'm happy with the end result, you know.
That's brilliant. Yeah, well, it is a fantastic single, and everyone's in for a treat when it comes out the 24th.
24th.
24th of January.
It's going to be
On all
available everywhere.
platforms.
And it's a big single release. It's going to be on Spotify, YouTube Music, Amazon
Everything.
Music.
Should be, yeah.
Apple Music,
Class.
everything.
Stream
So-
it, please.
Yeah, and use it for stories and stuff too. That all feeds back into Spotify.
Feel free to
So,
take it and add it
please
to your
do.
own things.
Yeah.
Please do, and give us feedback as well, because we love to hear feedback. We love to hear what people like and what people like, what people actually take away from the song themselves. Never mind what we put our meaning on our interpretation on it. But I like to hear what other people actually there. So I sent the lyrics to a few of my friends and stuff, just to see what they would take from it, and they would take a completely different thing from it than I
Okay.
did. Do you know what I mean? So,
Other
but I love to hear that. I love to hear how it touches
if you
people.
like the song, let Teras know that you like it. And what
Yeah.
you think about it.
Feedback's
They want to
important.
hear. They want to hear
Feedback
from
is
you.
important.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's how Sovereign got recorded. Like it was
Yeah,
gonna
it
be,
was
it was
free
gonna be
feedback.
void, and then
Brilliant.
everybody was like, "Oh no, we love Sovereign,
Yeah.
we love Sovereign." We're like, right, we'll
Yeah.
record Sovereign then.
Did
just
you
makes
experiment with any more unconventional recording techniques? I know, like you said before, for Rain, you had recorded a lot of things on your phone before. And for Sovereign, was there anything unusual added into it?
Just the strings that we hadn't done
Strings,
before.
okay.
We'd added in like the big string section, like a bit at the start, and then at that middle eight section, and coming
Cool.
into the end, just to give it that bit more of a oomph.
Yeah.
And then, as I said, it was nice for me to actually have their harmonies behind me. So in the choruses, you'll hear them singing, and it's Bodie harmonising with me in the choruses. So it is, and throughout the pre-chorus, it's me and him singing too. So it's kind of nice because it takes away the pressure of me having to do all the harmonies and all the vocals. You know, on live as well, it means it's not going to sound dull, because it'll sound how it sounded in the recording live too,
Awesome.
which is cool.
Yeah, well,
You know?
it's awesome song. Like the clean sections are very powerful and significant, and like there's a great dynamic, like I said, when it goes from that nice intro into it, and it's a real journey. Like it's everyone's in for a treat when it comes out.
I like taking people on a journey.
more so me because
Yeah.
I just want that out now.
What are the plans then? I know now we don't want to overshadow this thinking too far ahead, but what's the next plans then for the next release? Have you got it
I
already
think
planned out?
yeah.
We
I
know
think-
exactly what we want to record and in what order and what we want to release, and we just need to get in. Like, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I think with obviously the two shows coming up, then I think another couple of things lined up. Nothing's confirmed yet, so nothing announced. So I can't really talk
Of
about
course,
it.
yeah. Gotta wait till it's
The
all ready
usual.
to reveal.
But
But things should be happening.
Things should be
100%.
happening.
Brilliant.
As I say, one Sovereign's out with 3 new songs.
I want to start releasing more music. That's a goal of
I think that's
ours.
the plan. Yeah.
You're
Is to
gonna have
release more
sort of
music.
like a regular window, like every 8 weeks, every 6 weeks. You're gonna give yourselves a little
Maybe
target.
3 months, maybe.
Maybe like a few more, give ourselves more time, because with a lot of shows that we can't talk about just yet, but we do have a good few shows booked for this year. Like, we're very ahead of
Great.
ourselves. Over Christmas, we've been grafting, like all 3 of us have been grafting and networking and rebuilding. A lot of rebuilding has been done with Teras, and Sovereign is the first tune that has been done from that rebuild.
Yeah.
So this is our first tune that is now out there, because there's nothing out there at the minute that symbolises us as Teras now and us as a free piece. And I'm really excited to get Sovereign out, because I want to show people our new sound, and I want to get people on board with the new Teras and the new sound that we bring with Teras, because it's completely different.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
completely different. And it's going down a completely different road, and I want to take everybody with us. And I want to, I think we'll end up with the new people that are more into this kind of music, but we'll want to bring our old people with us, like all of our tribe with us,
I
and
think
just
it's.
build it into an empire.
I think people will be like sort of shocked with our.
Our new sound, yeah,
Yeah, because obviously Sovereign sounds different from Void.
sounds different. All our songs are kind of
Latency
different.
sounds like it's just mental. It's
Yeah,
like-
I can't wait to do
it's
Latency.
Fast and heavy,
Yeah.
and then the one after it's like sort
Yeah.
of slow, more like a ballad.
Yeah.
So I think it's sort of mix it up and just for, like writing music we like.
Yeah.
It's not like
We're writing music, all 3 of us, like, as well.
I don't want to be like that. Oh, we're this genre band. This is so cliche, like, and everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be that. I just want to write a song, if it sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds good instead of having to stick to one genre. That's one thing from Teras.
That fly here as well.
Even from the old Teras, that's one thing. People could never really coin what genre we were.
Yeah.
But I want to kind of keep that going because we're different genres. That's the whole point.
You don't really
I
want
like
to be
that.
pigeonholed like that.
No, I don't, because
you want to
the
be
whole-
Teras. You
The
know?
freedom of creativity is that you can do anything. Like I want us to be able to do something from
Well, that's what I mean, like,
wildly
you're-
classical to rock to metal.
Yeah, we're the sort of like band. It's like you can play with Survivalist and then play with like a Motorhead tribute band.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's, you can sort of get into anything.
How did that
you know?
go? That gig was in the
Yeah.
in the library?
Yeah, it was
Cool.
good.
It's
It
always
It
good to
sold
get
out or
the-
was
something.
something different. It was, yeah.
pretty
It was
busy,
completely
like,
packed.
yeah, so-
It was really cool to open. Like we had a full place. Like the limelight was packed, and
Yeah.
What was the
I
sound
was
like?
nervous. The sound was
Sounds good.
good. The sound was really
Owen,
good.
Always is good in there, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Owen is incredible.
He's really
The sound,
patient as well. That guy Owen,
I
you
like
know,
Owen.
he was
Shout
really
out
patient.
Owen.
Yeah,
Shout out
he's
to
patient.
everybody.
Yeah, but and I was nervous for that show. So
I was sort of nervous.
I don't know
as
why, but I
well.
got really nervous
I think
for
it
that
was
show.
Do
just
you usually
I
get nervous?
Dude, I get so nervous I feel sick the whole day.
Really?
Every show. So it's not until I'm play it. It's not like literally like
Till you start?
I
half a
think-
song. It takes me half a song, and then my character kicks in. But it's
Oh, okay.
it's not until the intro and halfway through the first song that my nerves
I
go
think what made us more nervous about that show was obviously like
There's a lot of
it's
like
so far different from like what
Yeah,
we sound
something-
like. So it's
something
kind of
new
like
for you.
our people.
not even that,
Because it
yeah.
was obviously like quite an older crowd. You
Yeah.
know, just with the tribute band that was playing.
But it went down well. Everyone loved you.
everybody loved it. Yeah. well, in
I
my
hope
experience,
so.
we got really good feedback. Like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good feedback. You know, and a lot of people came up after, and like there was actually one guy came up after, got photos taken with us, and we were here seeing a band. It was here twice. So was it the boat sank or was it sometimes
Might have been 7.5 ton of beer.
7.5 ton of beard that we were at? And one of the guys was at the Motorhead show, had a photo of me and him together on his phone, and he kept looking at it and looking at me because I was out of makeup and had a hoodie on to kind of
That was
hide.
Cursed Sun.
Oh, was that Cursed
was
Sun?
Cursed Sun,
So, sorry, it was Cursed Sun we were at then.
I actually remember that.
And
I had to hold Boydie's camera.
we've went to a lot of shows now, but I was like hiding in my hoodie and all because I wasn't well as well, but I'd just come to support everyone and my brother Boydie because he was filling in playing drums. That was such a cool gig. Like I really loved watching. I was so proud of him. And
It's
but
weird watching your drummer play for different bands.
I was proud. I was like, the music stopped and I was like, that's my brother. But your guy had the photo and he kept looking at me, and then he looked at my friend, and then he looked at me and was like, is that her? And then I brought the photo over to me eventually. He was like, are you Teras? And I was like, yeah, we're all here. And he's like, what the fuck? And it was all buzzing like, and he
cool.
still followed us. So
That's really cool.
one good thing from shows like yours. At least impact one person.
Yeah. If
You
you
know?
just get one new fan,
Yep.
then it's
Like I'm happy as long as just at least one person enjoyed what I have to offer.
probably
You
would
know.
have had like a few hundred people enjoying it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I didn't see anybody not
Easily.
enjoying it, so that's a good
Class.
thing. You know, hopefully.
That's fantastic.
Touch that wood for me again. There we go.
So, yeah, next up for you guys, it's your single Sovereign on the 24th of January
Yeah.
this week, which would be at the time of this going out tomorrow night, Friday night
Yeah.
in Dublin in February.
Technically Saturday morning.
Saturday,
But well,
Yeah.
not
midnight showing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I still think it's so
that,
cool playing at
and,
midnight.
Fred Zeppelin's. That's on the.
Yes, you speak about the gigs
8th
that we
of
can talk
February.
about.
We're playing with 13 Doors
Say that
Oh,
date
very
again.
good.
in Fred Zeppelin's. So 13 Doors.
13
No,
doors.
the date.
8th of February.
Aye.
The 8th of February.
I'm still trying to
in
remember
Cork.
if it's the 8th of February. It's the day after.
Fred Zeppelin's.
The day after Tremonti plays in Belfast. That's
Is
all
it?
right. Yeah. So it's that weekend.
Cool.
More announcements coming up. So
We have a
Awesome.
good few
Keep an
gigs.
eye.
I can't
Big
wait to
stuff
release
coming.
some stuff.
big stuff.
Aye,
coming
big
up,
stuff coming.
As usual, yeah.
Watch out. It reminds me of that meme. But no,
meme?
the meme of like bands, just local bands, like putting up videos, big stuff coming. Like watch out, like
Getting
you
to
know.
the gym. To
Yeah,
get
no, it's
pumped
just
on for it.
funny.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Well, here, before we wrap it up, actually, we put it out to our viewers. Did anyone have any questions for you? And we got some back.
Okay, hit us.
So we'll field them out here. So our first one is from Connor Reeve,
Oh dear.
and I think this is you. George says, "Where did the name Grog come from?"
Well, Connor Reeve was there when the name
Right.
Grog came up. So Grog was the thing where in school we sort of were all, I don't know how it came up, but my mate was doing like his name backwards and he went by Fergal and he called himself like Elgariff or something. And then somebody goes to me, here, you'll be like E-Grog or something. So it kind of came like that, and people just started shortening it to the Grog, and
Yeah.
it's called Grog. And I don't mind it. It's a cool nickname.
It's stuck.
And I didn't
Well,
give it to
it logically
myself.
makes sense now. The mystery has been solved.
The mystery is solved of Grog.
The Grogster.
Brilliant. Oh, there we
Grog.
go. There you go, Connor. A very good question, and we know the answer.
Cheers, Connor.
Awesome. Next up, we've got one from Simon Keys. asking, have you any collabs coming up with any other bands to look forward to? I don't know, like even gigs coming up, or I don't know if he means like, you know, musical guesting on a song together.
I would
or
love.
anything.
There's some people I have in mind that I would love to get on as musical guests. From guitar players that I would love to get on. There's actually a bass player I would love to get on and play some live shows with too. That's all I'll say about that.
Cool.
I have a friend, AJ, who's an amazing singer, or Gina. Her name is, in case you get mixed up between your friends, AJ, as well.
Yeah.
He's an amazing singer too.
I know AJ too. Like I know you're AJ too. But like he's a cool wee lad. But he's doing really fucking well for himself too. But my friend Regina, also known as AJ, Regina, is a fantastic singer. Oh my God, she is fantastic. Like, and I want to get her on a track, doing like a course or something,
So
just like
future
something big,
collaboration, you've got
singy.
You've got it in mind. already.
100%. The only other collabs that I can think of is I'm filling in with Senescence on bass, which is a bloody
Nice.
honour. I cannot wait to play that in the pit show with them.
That's in the pit, yeah.
Yeah.
We did in the pit
Yeah.
We did
last
be in
year.
the pit, yeah.
Brilliant crack.
What's it like?
It's
Good
brilliant
show?
fun. Yeah, it's in the Grand Social, which is
Yeah.
nice.
Cool venue.
But
Yeah.
it's more, it's the Ireland Metalheads Facebook group. They
Yeah.
run it. They're doing Ireland Metalhead promotions now. Shout out to Jason and all the guys
Yeah.
there. They're cool guys.
Cool.
Like I've
Yeah.
known them a while. This is the second one they're doing. The first one was a big success. Hopefully
Yeah.
it turns into like an annual thing.
Hopefully, that'll be cool.
Oh my! And what, how, 8 or 9 bands or something. There's a big stack bill on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems there's more, I think, this year.
I think Cursed
The-
Sun's on it too.
Yeah.
the year we did it was only...
I think it was only 5. But now there's
yeah.
like 7.
Yeah, because I think 13 Doors are playing that as well.
Yeah.
That'll be
So they are-
brilliant. And
that's
you're going to
part
do
of their-
bass for Senescence.
I can't wait. It's an honour.
This
It's
is a one-time thing.
It's a one-time
And
thing.
you can only see it there.
I love Senescence, so it's a
Will you
big
be doing
honour.
any singing too, maybe?
No, probably not. Unless I'll
You're
be
not
doing a
allowed?
lot of. No, it's not that I'm not allowed. The set of cool, but like their singer Dwayne, like you don't need to. Like I couldn't even shadow his vocals if I tried. You know what I mean?
Definitely do something there. That'd
Vocals
be
are
cool,
sick.
like, yeah.
I'm going
But
to go... I would
I'm
come.
excited.
I can't even come and check it out.
I know.
I'll not be here.
I know, he was
going
gonna
to
come.
Spirit Box, so it's like...
And then our drummer filled in for Cursed Sun as well. He
Yeah.
played drums for them here.
That's
Actually, it was really fun, you know. So we've done collabs like that where we've filled in for people.
And all, yeah,
You
teaming
know,
up.
but
That's really cool.
Doing a collab, if anyone has
Getting on
anything,
the record with each other, though, that's the next step, hopefully. you know.
that would be so cool. If anyone has, like, if anyone's out there and has any like ideas in mind, even personally ask the question, and you have anything you want to bring forward, please do. You know,
Simon?
yeah, is that Simon?
That
Like
boy
you're
has
Simon?
no musical ability whatsoever.
Well
Big up
then,
Simon, love.
I'm just
But
saying
other-
to any
anyone
musicians
else?
out there,
Yeah.
you
If
know,
someone has an idea, bring it to you.
100% shout
We're
out,
open to it.
you know, and if we can accommodate it, we will.
Cool. Another question here from Sneaky Beats 83.
He's
He
up.
said- he said,
Sneaky.
He's this
How
guy.
is the drummer so handsome, but also so very down to earth?
Did we get a new drummer or something?
I don't know. I don't know what drummer they're talking
We must have
about.
got a new drummer
Who's that?
recently.
What drummer? I'm only joking.
It can't have been that foreign boy.
I don't know. It
Yeah.
must. I think it says it says Bahis that make him so.
Yeah.
And we have a game called Woody Bingo.
Woody Bingo.
Yes.
You know, our drummer has a lot of sayings, and we try to, you know, just get them out. I'll send you
Is this
away.
during a rehearsal or a show or both?
Everything. It's
Is there
just
a bingo
like
card for every occasion?
literally, and it has like similar stuff, and we'll like pick who wants what words, and we
Right,
try to
okay.
tick them off, and it's
Send that
hilarious
in
if
to
we can
us.
get them. Like he comes out with some of the best things, but he does this wee sound. Have you got it on your phone? Please do it. Just show
I
me a
don't.
bahi.
It's like a...
It's like this sound that he does out, and I love it every time he does it. Yeah, it's like that. But he does
But he
it
so
really
and it,
loud.
like, echoes and everything.
It's amazing, and you see, no matter, like, I could be in the worst of worst moods, like literally, and he send me a bahi and everything's fine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Bring Bahis.
Bring the bahi.
Bahis.
That's why our drummer's so good looking and down to earth. Sneaky
He's
beats.
down to earth, like I wouldn't go good looking. Though.
Yeah.
Bahi.
Cool. We have another question here. This is from Eva, asking, will there be more piano in future?
Sí, muchas gracias, cariño.
No.
That's it. Sí, yeah. Eva is Espanol.
Oh, sorry.
Me es cariño. Yes, there'll be loads more piano. I hope so.
Brilliant.
Canta piano.
Awesome.
She's Spanish. Shout out to my Spanish people.
Yeah. And then go on here as well from Jenna, asking, do you ever get whiplash after a performance? I think it because of all the vigorous headbanging.
Every time.
Every
I
time.
don't think, like, so I literally, in my case, there is deep heat and ibuprofen, you know, like the rub,
Yeah.
because I'm old.
I'm so old. though.
Literally, I'm so old, right? And I am not fit for this, but my mind forgets what age my body is. And I can't help it when I'm on stage. I don't, as I said before, like, I don't think about the performance. I don't preemptively plan what I'm going to do on a performance. It's just, it's always just authentic. It's whatever happens, happens. and I always get whiplash after a show. So yeah, every single time. I don't know how to go about not get whiplash other than I've tried to strengthen, like, is it the glutes they're called? Traps, whatever. What's glutes then?
They're on your butt.
Oh, Jesus, right? Well, those two, right? I do that enough just playing bass. But I've tried to, like, build up those, but I don't know. You just have to kind of deal with the whiplash.
I think you sort of get to a point where it's like,
You're kind of just used to getting a stiff neck. Like, I walk around like this for days after
Maybe
shows
try
like this.
head banging from the waist rather from the neck, you know.
I could say that, but I'm not going to think about it on stage. I'm not, you know.
It's all good and well.
When you're on there, you don't think about any of that stuff
I
to
could get
protect
like
yourself.
one of them, like body brace things that like holds your neck up.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be good. You know, I try it like sometimes before a show. I'm not joking because the heat and stuff. I'm very claustrophobic, and sometimes the heat gets to me and annoys me. If there's no aircon on stage, I'll panic. So I get deep freeze and just cover my back in deep freeze before a show. Sometimes I'm not joking.
What that smell is?
Yeah, that's what that smell is on stage.
Sometimes I went up. I was like, why smell like chemicals up here?
That's me.
What is going on?
It's me. Yeah, it helps. Honestly, it's like
Yeah.
it really does help. It's like stops it getting so stiff. Especially if you're doing. I've done back-to-back shows before, like literally back-to-back, and sometimes I try not to go too hard first night if I know I'll have a show the next night. But I say I try and then I never do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the deep
Belfast
freeze
area was
helps.
all
Yeah.
best
My first
intentions, but sure.
100%. You know. So yeah, just deal with the whiplash. It's the best thing I can say. You know,
Cool.
they're good questions though.
They were very
They
good
are good
questions,
questions.
and thank you everyone for sending them in. That was
Yes.
excellent. But guys, thank you so much for coming here to the Rig
Yeah,
Rundown.
thank you for having us.
Pleasure.
Taking us through all your band history, going through your new single, and showing us your stuff. It's been great having you here, and we look forward to seeing the new single,
100%.
Sovereign, on the 24th of January.
Yeah.
I can't wait to
Stream
release it. Stream it.
Yes.
Dance
Thanks,
to it.
everyone.
Send us your dances.
Send your dances, review it, give comments, like it, post it. Everyone wants to see this shit.
100%.
Yeah, everyone, that's episode 6 of the Rig Rundown. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Adios. Hasta luego.